new feeling, new sensation. Good car, new race, let's go!
Just what on earth is Gazoo Racing? Gazoo Racing is a spirit. The spirit of pushing one's limits. It's more than just a badge, a symbol, or a poster on the wall. Gazoo Racing is Kaizen of competitiveness. It's the rubber hitting the road again and again and again. Fine-tuned on the world's most demanding racetracks. Powered not just by all forms of energy, but also by our passion. To accelerate, exhilarate, elevate the Toyota mandate of making ever better cars. Moving not just people, but the human spirit forward. This is our spirit. This is Gazoo Racing.
Toyota. Move your world.
That's how you make performance tires. Unveiling the new Proxys Sports 2, an ultra-high performance tire that allows drivers to safely maximize their enjoyment of driving. With a tagline engineered for excitement, Proxys Sport 2 is optimized for the high torque powertrains to deliver an exciting ride for all sports car drivers. The all-new Proxys Sports 2 is the newest addition to Malaysia's popular Proxys Sports range for the passenger and SUV car tires, offering two excellent features that sets it apart from its predecessor: precise handling and exceptional wet grip. The tire's precise handling enables drivers to navigate corners with ease, while its exceptional wet grip provides superior traction on wet roads, ensuring maximum safety and stability even in challenging weather conditions. The Proxys Sports 2 is available from C-segment vehicles all the way to F-segment vehicles. It is available in total of 31 sizes ranging from 18 to 20 inches. For more information on the latest Proxys Sports 2, please visit our authorized Toyo Tires dealer network nationwide.
Toyo Tires. seconds. Exit standby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go green.
The goal is always to win. It's a long race, so let's see what we can do.
Over 6 seasons, every year, 45 racers compete for a place on this podium.
This is Gazoo Racing. Good race. Oh my god, that was the hardest race I've ever raced in my life, man. Oh, up to the last corner. Oh.
This is where champions are built.
Ready to race.
Talents uncovered.
I mean, tomorrow is a new race. Plenty of opportunities starting from P3, so I'll try to make it work. It's a new day.
Rookies nurtured.
Yeah! Yes! Let's freaking go! We won, baby!
Let's go!
We feel like we have the potential. We're gonna get this one.
This is Gazoo Racing.
5 minutes still remain in this race. We still do not know who's going to be coming on ahead. Well, Chong Kai-chang comes out. He comes out of pits early in the head of Wu Suan-jing.
Few corners, of course, and there we go! At the base, and immediately got into P2, dives in from the inside, and Putra's Vira's like, what? And let's see that Victor turning and shifting positions left and right. Wayne goes all the way to P3, and now Chong Kai-chang has passed. Shami as well. And how did he pass into P3? Chong Kai-chang climbs all the way to P3. 2 positions, Victor. 2 positions. Wow.
Wu Suan-jing doesn't care that Tash Ayman's a 3-time winner. Neither does Iqbal Suji here, going alongside. But he's being held back a little bit by Wu Suan-jing. He's going to try to make the 3 wide now. Going into turn 1. 2 black cars, 1 black car going into the entry. But who's going to come on the exit? Tash Ayman brakes way later than everyone else here. And he snatches a position right on turn 2. You can look at that. He couldn't even get the car turned in time. Tash Ayman had to go out of the way. But Wu Suan-jing also spun around the same time. Tash Ayman just dodging away. This is video game stuff happening here on Tash Ayman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2024. Who will be crowned champion? Best of the best in Malaysia.
Now Chong Kai-chang is now in the lead of the race.
It's going to be done with each one.
It's happening on the inside. It's going to be touching each other. Let's move into the back turn. Wu Suan-jing is now ahead.
He's not going to be the crested. Down his weakness one and has his eyes, and he did not dive them. He said, oh! Well, how did you do that, man?
Good strategy here. It is all played out so well from Chong Kai-chang, who now comes across the line to take the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals. Are you ready for some rubber to be burnt on the virtual track? Our rookies are ready to take the stage here.
Almost spuns up there.
Let's put our hands together for members of the media, ladies and gentlemen.
Goes for the time to the inside, who slides around.
Makes him the winner foremost in.
10 of the fastest student racers across 8 universities.
Gets spun around.
He's going head-to-head over here, side by side, and Ethan easily can
take the position away from top 3.
Are you ready for the grand final?
The Terminator is showing who needs to be terminated.
The track is wet. The grip situation is going to get very dire soon. And this is going to be,
ladies and gentlemen, this is the final lap. One last stand. New history is about to be written in.
5 minutes still remain in this race. We still do not know who's going to be coming on ahead. Well, Chong Kai-chang comes out. He comes out of pits early in the head of Wu Suan-jing.
Few corners, of course, and there we go! At the base, and immediately got into P2, dives in from the inside, and Putra's Vira's like, what? And let's see that Victor turning and shifting positions left and right. Wayne goes all the way to P3, and now Chong Kai-chang has passed. Shami as well. And how did he pass into P3? Chong Kai-chang climbs all the way to P3. 2 positions, Victor. 2 positions. Wow.
Wu Suan-jing doesn't care that Tash Ayman's a 3-time winner. Neither does Iqbal Suji here, going alongside. But he's being held back a little bit by Wu Suan-jing. He's going to try to make the 3 wide now. Going into turn 1. 2 black cars, 1 black car going into the entry. But who's going to come on the exit? Tash Ayman brakes way later than everyone else here. And he snatches a position right on turn 2. You can look at that. He couldn't even get the car turned in time. Tash Ayman had to go out of the way. But Wu Suan-jing also spun around the same time. Tash Ayman just dodging away. This is video game stuff happening here on Tash Ayman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2024. Who will be crowned champion? Best of the best in Malaysia.
Now Chong Kai-chang is now in the lead of the race.
It's going to be done with each one.
It's happening on the inside. It's going to be touching each other. Let's move into the back turn. Wu Suan-jing is now ahead.
He's not going to be the crested. Down his weakness one and has his eyes, and he did not dive them. He said, oh! Well, how did you do that, man?
Good strategy here. It is all played played out so well from Chong Kai Chang, who now comes across the line to take the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals. Are you ready for some rubber to be burnt on the virtual track? Our rookies are ready to take the stage here.
Almost stuns out there.
Let's put our hands together for members of the media, ladies and gentlemen.
Goes for the time the inside moon, slides around.
Makes him the winner foremost in.
10 of the fastest student racers across 8 universities.
Gets spun around.
He's going head-to-head over here, side by side, and Ethan easily can
Take the position away for top 3.
Are you ready for the grand final?
The Terminator is shown who needs to be terminated.
No way! What's going on? Second place in this one. The rain is falling down, ladies and gentlemen. The track is wet. The grip situation is going to get very dire soon.
And this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final lap. One last stand. New history is about to be written in this track again. And the alien has proven again. It is Taj Isri Naiman winning race number 3.
We are finally back in Toyota Gazoo Racing GR Tour 2024. And this is the first venue for today, which is Sunway University.
It was fun and exciting.
It's going to be exciting, there's going to be great racing, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
We are back in UITM Pasir Gudang.
This event is very beneficial for young drivers or young sim racers.
For the first time ever at MSU!
Obviously, in the GR it's quite an easy car to drive.
Because I have some coaching from the GR tour, I'm very happy with it.
We are in UKM Bangi.
I never drive a race car. It was fun for a first time experience.
And this is the first time we are here at IIUM.
It's exciting and thrilling.
I love motorsport, I like cars. It's very realistic.
It's our first time right here at USM Nibong Terbau.
Ingatkan senang je, tapi bila dah main dia rasa macam susah sebab dekat last corner tu tak pernah sekali pun saya lepas.
Susah tapi sangat seronok sebab dia laju.
Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2024.
5 minutes still remain in this race. We still do not know who is going to be coming out ahead. Well, Chong Kai Chang comes out. He comes out of pits early in the head of Muswan Jing.
Few corners, of course, and
there we go.
At the base and immediately got into P2, dives in from the inside, and Putra Mira's like, what? And let's see that Victor turning and shifting positions left and right. Waingo goes all the way to P3, and now Chong Kai Chang has passed. Harry Shami as well. And how did he pass into P3? Chong Kai Chang climbs all the way to P3. 2 positions, Victor. 2 positions. Wow.
Muswan Jing doesn't care that Taj Aiman's a 3-time winner. Neither does Iqbal Suji here going alongside. But he's being held back a little bit by Muswan Jing. He's going to try to make the 3 wide now. Going into turn 1. 2 black cars. 1 black car going into the entry. But who's going to come on the exit? Taj Aiman brakes way later than everyone else here. And he snatches a position right on turn 2. We can look at that. He couldn't even get the car turned in time. Taj Aiman had to go out of the way. But Muswan Jing also spun around the same time. Taj Aiman just dodging away. This is video game stuff happening here. Up Taj Aiman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2024. will be crowned champion. Best of the best in Malaysia.
Now Chong Kai Chang is now in the lead of the race.
It's going to be done with this one.
It's happening on the inside. It's going to be touching each other. Let's move into the back turn. Wu Xuanjing is now ahead.
It's not going to be the question. Down his weakness one and has his eyes and he did not dive them. He said, oh! Well, how did you do that, man?
What strategy here? It is all played out so well from Chong Kai Chang, who now comes across the line to take the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand finals. Are you ready for some rubber to be burnt on the virtual track? Our rookies are ready to take the stage here.
Almost stuns up there.
Let's put our hands together for members of the media, ladies and gentlemen.
Goes for the time the inside, who slides around.
Makes him the winner for Mosin.
10 of the fastest student racers across 8 universities.
Gets spun around.
He's going head-to-head over here, side by side, and Ethan easily can
take the position away for top 8.
Are you ready for the grand final?
The Terminator is showing who needs to be terminated.
No way! What's going on? Second place in this one, the rain is falling down, ladies and gentlemen. The track is wet. The grip situation is going to get very dire soon.
And this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final lap. One last stand. New history is about to be written in this track again. And the alien has proven again. It is Taj Isrin Aiman winning race number 3.
Finally back in Toyota Gazoo Racing GR Tour 2024. And this is the first venue for today, which is Sunway University.
It was fun and exciting.
It's going to be exciting, there's going to be great racing, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
We are back in UITM Pasir Gudang.
This event is very beneficial for young drivers or young sim racers.
For the first time ever at MMU!
Obviously in the GR it's quite an easy car to drive.
Because I have some coaching from the GR tour, I'm very happy with it.
We are in UKM Bangi.
I never drive a race car. It was fun for a first time experience.
And this is the first time we are here at IIUM.
It's exciting and thrilling.
I love motorsport, I like cars. It's very realistic.
It's our first time right here at USM Nibong Terbau.
Ingatkan senang je, tapi bila dah main dia rasa macam susah sebab dekat last corner tu tak pernah sekali pun saya lepas.
Susah tapi sangat seronok sebab dia laju.
Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2024.
5 minutes still remain in this race. We still do not know who is going to be coming out ahead. Well, Chong Kai Chang comes out. He comes out of pits early in the head of Wu Xuanjing.
Few corners, of course. And there we go. At the base and immediately got into P2. Dives in from the inside. And Putras Viras like, what? And let's see that Victor turning and shifting positions left and right. Waingo goes all the way to P3. And now Chong Kai Chang has passed. Harry Shami as well. And how did he pass into P3? Chong Kai Chang climbs all the way to P3. 2 positions, Victor. 2 positions. Wow.
Wu Xuanjing doesn't care that Taj Aiman's a 3-time winner. Neither does Iqbal Suji here going alongside. But he's being held back a little bit by Wu Xuanjing. He's going to try to make the 3 wide now. Going into turn 1. 2 black cars. 1 black car going into the entry. But who's going to come on the exit? Taj Aiman brakes way later than everyone else here. And he snatches a position right on turn 2. You can look at that. He couldn't even get the car turned in time. Taj Aiman has to go out of the way. But Wu Xuanjing also spun around the same time. Taj Aiman just dodging away. This is video game stuff happening here. On Taj Isrin Aiman.
Good evening, Toyota Gazoo Racing fans. Welcome back to our live stream. This is round 1 of Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge 2025. Naz Rahman at your service, and of course, going to be here all the way for all 3 classes for race day 1 across the 3 classes: Super Sporting, Sporting and Rookie class. Looking at the weather, well, it was hot and steamy this morning and afternoon for the qualifying 1 and 2 sessions. But as we go to race day 1, it looks like we'll have a wet track. Everyone's anticipating, and I think the strategies are in order as well. While we're thinking and contemplating, apa kata kita bersama dengan 3 young drivers from Sporting class, 20 drivers in Sporting class this year. It's going to be quite a crowded grid, and so we'll speak to Elson, Raja Amirul and Taj Aiman. So Elson, of course, Season 7 third place winner. And this time round, round 1 with 2 qualifying sessions. How did you do for qualifying? You came in 4th position, P4. Are you happy with that?
To be honest, not quite happy, but there's nothing much that I can do. I counted a few search, so I'll just try my best during race.
Excellent. So Elson is usually a guy with not many words. He does his talking on the track. But I have to ask you about the 2 qualifying sessions as well. So it seems that you ran out of fuel in the second last session, right? So do you feel that you have a lot still to learn in terms of knowing the car better, racecraft, and how you want to strategize your qualifying moving forward?
Definitely much more improvement to be made, as they are doing much more faster than me, myself. So yeah, I'll try to look at data and more on boards to try to improve myself.
Adakah anda rasa tercabar?
Huh?
Do you feel challenged this year?
Wow, very challenged. A lot tough competitors this year.
Tough competitors. You know why, Elson? Not because we've got Raja Amirul over here, who is the esports campus tour champion, and we've got Taj Aiman over here, 4-time Malaysia GT Cup champion and also Asia GT Cup champion. While they don't have as much experience as you on the road or on track, do you feel intimidated or do you feel they'll put up a good challenge?
I think they'll put up a good challenge, so stay tuned.
Cheer! Stay tuned. Look at the other guy. Elson, best of luck. I'm going to be speaking to the other 2 as well. Feel free to join us, because as senior you can kacau-kacau lah. Alright, for viewers out there, these are the 2 young drivers that I'm talking about. This is Raja Amirul, of course, during the esports Toyota Gazoo Racing campus tour. We went through 3 different campuses, and I think this guy came out on top. He's never raced a real car in his life, and he's only done sim racing for about 1 year.
Started 2023, so this is his 2nd year.
2nd year already. In 2 years, he's now living his dream of driving a real race car on Sepang International Circuit. How does that feel, man?
Oh, I feel very, very happy. It's everyone's dream, you know, every small kid's dream. So yeah, so happy.
So last year you were driving the rookie edition as a rookie, and now as an amateur racer, stepping up. How do you feel you've improved, and what would you like to improve on?
So going on from the rookie program last season, I do feel that I improved a lot, but you know, there's always room for improvements. So I think for this first round, I need to learn a lot about the cars, because this is the new generation of the Vios. Comparing to the old Vios, I think it's 200% different based on the brakings and everything. So yeah, round 1 is, I'm not expecting that much, but maybe a podium will do.
Cewa, I'm not expecting much, but a podium lah. Ini ekspektasi yang sangat tinggi ni. So the 4th gen Vios really does do it for Raja Amirul. Kita nak bertanya kepada Encik Taj Aiman pula, 4-time Malaysia GT Cup champion, and of course he's dabbled. If I can step here for a while, Hanjai Laiman mana tau? So I know you've dabbled in Malaysian Championship Series and also the Merdeka Series. Yes, endurance racing. So moving from GT Cup racing simulators to the real track, does it dah bangun daripada mimpi belum?
Dah bangun dah. But honestly, the differences is very, very tough for me, and it's been thank you for TD Racing as well, giving me this opportunity, and I set up the cars throughout the race as well, and yeah, throughout this sim racing to real racing, what are the differences is probably the physical and mental as well. That what I had in sim racing, it really helps too in real racing as well. So yeah, that's the things that I could say is the same from there.
In terms of mental strength and mental fortitude, do you feel that your mental strength has also a role to play when it comes to coming on track? Sim racing, it looks like you will pressure juga bila tengok visuals muka you macam tu kan. So is the pressure the same when you go on track?
No, definitely different. So
Different,
yeah. So basically, when we are on track, the pressure is much more high because you know, on the sim you can just press restart if you crash. So here you need to take care of the car. So you need to take care of how you're braking and everything. So yeah, very different.
Very, very different. I'm sure Taj agrees with you. Begitu. And now, I'm going through the new format as well. I asked Elson, he was still getting used to the new two-step qualifying sessions. So maybe I'll ask Taj as well. I've asked Amirul, he's also getting used to it. How about you? What do you think about this qualifying 1, qualifying 2 and top 8 moving on?
I do think with qualifying 1, qualifying 2, it's in terms of the race management is really important because if race 1 you did well, in race 2 as well you have to do the same kind of thing, or you have to double the result. So I do think in terms of race management you have to put it 100%, which in race 1, race 2, because race 1 you have to be qualified for P8 onwards, and then in the race 2 as well you have to give it the perfect execution.
Perfect execution, huh? Well, here's the thing with the qualifying 1 and 2, you cannot refuel during the 2 qualifying sessions. You cannot change your tyres as well. How has that affected your planning? And of course, like you said, you have to save the car, right?
So this season we got 2 qualifying. So it's a bit hard for us because whoever gets into the Q2, for sure they will use the tyre much more than the one who didn't get into Q2. So basically it's much like a handicap for us. But still we're trying to minimize the laps that we do during qualifying so that we get a better tyres management for the race lah. So yeah, but I think for the live stream and everything is much good for the audience. But yeah, I love the new format.
Well, for the audience, definitely we are loving the new format as well. So as Taj, Aiman and Raja Amirul takes a quick break and of course psych themselves up for Sporting Class Race 1. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, absolutely ready.
I like this. Meanwhile, we are gearing up for Race 1 for Super Sporting Class. Boys, you can learn a thing or two from this race. Meanwhile, it's over to our casters. Ahmed Decipher, are you ready? Mr. Victor Cax, it's time to go racing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally here. Our first race of the weekend here. We've already seen the qualifying done earlier on this morning. Now it is time to actually put those cars on the grid and show us what they've got over a 30-minute session in race number 1. So first up, we're going to be having our Super Sporting plus the rookie drivers out on track. The pit lane is already open, so I bet they're going to be raring to get things started right now. There is a little bit of a chance of rain. We've been discussing a little bit about that just off the track. Looking at the weather radar though, it seems like there are parts of Sepang that are already wet. Hasn't quite arrived onto here in Sepang Circuit though.
Yep, haven't arrived, and it will bring a lot of challenges because remember this is the first round and there is no ballast, so all the cars will be at the same weight, so we will see sliding if it does rain, or even worse, it might be flagged down red because it is too wet to drive in. So if you're watching guys, bagi anda sedang menyaksikan secara langsung, ini merupakan Toyota Gazoo Racing 2025. Anda bersama kami, saya Hafiz Ahmed Decipher dan juga rakan saya Victor selaku pengulas rasmi anda. Dan pada hari ini kita akan memperlihatkan 16 jentera, di mana di situ daripada 11 merupakan daripada Super Sporting dan 5 daripada pasukan ataupun kategori rookie, Victor.
Ya, betul itu. So tadi kita sudah nampak Adi Rahimi Rashid menjadi pole position untuk race number 1 ini. Dia akan start bersamaan dengan Mitchell Chia pada row depan di sini.
Namun untuk rookie class itu Hakish Giva yang dapat pole position untuk rookie class. Dia akan start bersama dengan Aidan Khalik untuk rookie class nanti.
So, Abai percaya kita akan tengok kepada kedudukan grid sebentar saja lagi. Harap anda semua bersiap sedia kerana sudah pastinya 30 minit perlombaan yang diberikan masa akan menghadiahkan aksi yang istimewa. The battle for the first turn, it's going to be very crucial. Adi Rahimi dan juga Mitchell Chia. Siapa yang akan melepasi selekor pertama terlebih dahulu ataupun kita akan nampak pelanggaran berjamaah. Everybody snowballs into that first corner.
Yeah, betul itu. It's going to be so chaotic, like, especially starts of races like these. You know, it's going to be a drag race from the start line all the way to that first turn. And who knows, you know, between Adi Rahimi and Mitchell Chia, they've both shown that they have so much pace on the track compared to the rest of the field here. And definitely the first one to be able to get snatch away that lead is going to determine a lot over the course of the next 30 minutes of racing here. But I do want to say, like, especially with the new qualifying format, you know, there's a lot of things that the drivers have to kind of get to grips with. So, and with the potential for changeable conditions on the track, that's adding even more spice, as I should say, to this race itself. But I digress. We're only going to find out when the flag is actually waved off for all of our drivers here. But until then, you know, all we could do is literally speculate, you know, on what exactly is going to be the game plan for all of the drivers here.
And also, jika tidak silap, point system is as the same as last season. And the tally, and we will know who will be the champion of Toyota Gazoo Racing 2025 after the final round, the fourth round, which will be determined in the future.
Yeah, as you can see on your screens right now will be the point system. We got 20 points for the first finishing position. That's a 5-point difference between first place and second place. So definitely a lot of points here if you were able to get that position in the first place. So that's why everyone's going to be vying to get this win, right? And especially in this start of the season where everyone has no ballast, no like disadvantage out on track here. It's literally going to be up for grabs, especially given that our defending champion Nakib is not taking part in for the first round. As you can see, we're racing on the International North Circuit here. It is very much 9 turns, 2,700 meters of racing out in here. And as we now head out onto the track here, you can see everyone is already lined up, getting ready. On your screens are Adi Rahimi giving a nice little wave to the camera here. He's definitely going to be feeling very stoked, but incredibly a lot of pressure going to be on him, given that he's going to be the first one on the grid.
And also beside Adi Rahimi is for sure it's going to be car 61, which is Mitchell Chia. So as you can see, Mitchell Chia from Prima Pearl TD Racing, he's a very aggressive driver where we can see he was sandbagging during qualifying. As I said, he took a chill, he took it slow and steady, and at the last moment he actually goes for a quick pace. And how about the next upcoming car? I believe, oh no, who is this? 55, that is Bradley Benedict over there.
Yeah, Bradley Benedict in the house. Had a little bit of a tricky moment with Mitchell Chia during Q1, but seems like he has not been abated at all. He's able to get himself up very high up. In fact, he's literally on the second row, just behind where both Mitchell Chia and Adi Rahimi is, so he's in the prime position for the start, as well as Nabil Aslan, who will be starting alongside him. Very impressive qualifying that he's able to do here. No doubt making up for the fact that his elder brother is not here. He's going to be the one to carry the Aslan name forward here in the super sporting class.
Yep, and also if memory serves correctly, beside him is the car from Telaga Mas Toyota number 3, Freddie Ng. This guy has a tire whisperer. He knows how to manage his tires and he has the pace. But however, he is starting, I believe that is in the 4th row. But behind him, let's see what car number 39.
William Ho. He's been a mainstay of the competition ever since the very first season. Toyota Gazoo Racing has been super consistent, and it's certainly going to be looking to bring a challenge here to especially the newcomers coming into the super sporting class. class, of which they are two. He will be starting alongside Eddie Liu Kar Y. And both of them, they're really familiar with each other. They've raced against each other in Vios, even in the previous third-gen Vios, even in the first-gen Vios, I think.
And also, this car from Laser Motor Racing, of course, is gonna be car number 6, Eddie Liu. I believe that he will do something special from behind. He will try to find, is there any caps before going into turn number 1? Next car.
Yeah, next up we have Timothy Yo, one of the newer drivers in the list here, racing for RH Kalugolong Motorsports. It's certainly going to be a really interesting one to see how he's going to do. It's going to be a completely new car here. So a bit of an old number 23, and it's certainly the number 23 has been very, very lucky. When we talk about the Vios Challenge, it's been in the hands of many different drivers before, and now this time around it's Timothy who's going to be at the wheel.
So, jadi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, di mana saja anda berada, kita akan bersiap sedia untuk memulakan perlombaan pertama kita. Di mana perlombaan kita adalah untuk kategori Super Sporting dan juga Rookies. Di mana kita memperlihatkan suhu litar 33 darjah Celsius dan juga suhu secara keseluruhannya adalah 29 darjah Celsius. Angin bertiup dengan begitu, taklah kata kencang, tetapi akan memainkan peranan penting ketika jentera pergi melalui, akan ada air resistance. Dan adakah mungkin kita memperlihatkan jentera telah pun berlumba ketika ini? Ayo kita lihat di manakah kamera ketika ini. Kita memperlihatkan ini adalah kedudukan grid. Dan mungkin adakah formation lap dahulu?
Betul.
Saja je nak bagi orang kata apa drama. Tetapi ayo, let's see the formation lap and the positioning of our drivers.
Yeah, Adi Rahimi and Mitchell Chiaf starting in that front row, Bradley Benedict and Nabil Aslan in that second row. You're going to be watching these 4 drivers fight their way into that first turn. Freddie Ang alongside William Ho, Eddie Liu alongside with Timothy Yo. Shafiq Samsudin, a newcomer into the Super Sporting class, makes it up into P9. He'll be starting alongside a fellow compatriot also from the Sporting class initially. Now both of them will be fighting alongside each other on the same row in Kenneth Cole. Boy Wong and Hakiesh will round up 11 and 12th place, and Aidan Khalik will round up things here for the rookie class. He'll be starting alongside Justin Raul Dev. Ian James and Genevieve Oy will be starting in the row just behind them.
So, jadi sudah pastinya formation lap ini akan memberikan peluang kepada para pelumba untuk mengintai dan juga memperlihatkan di manakah kedudukan litar yang memiliki grip, because the track evolution has already been made, because this morning we had qualifying session. Yesterday we have the free practice session, official and unofficial. As you can see, there's a lot of rubber, but if it rains, you better run away from that rubber because it's going to be slippery. You have to stay away from the racing line.
Yeah, then the thing is, like, everyone's watching the clouds right now because we know that at KLIA, which is just next door to Sepang Circuit, is raining quite hard over there. It hasn't quite come over, but you can already see the clouds forming up in the distance. So there might be a chance for changeable weather here as the drivers line up for the start.
So, jadi ingin saya bertanya kepada rakan-rakan, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, di mana saja anda menyaksikan secara langsung, siapakah yang akan mendapat podium untuk perlumbaan pertama kita pada hari ini? Perlumbaan pertama untuk Super Sporting. Kita adakah mungkin Adi Rahimi dan juga Mitchell Chiah akan berlaga di selekor pertama? Adakah mungkin kita akan memperlihatkan untuk pasukan rookie, iaitu Hakish dan juga Aidan Khalik akan merebut tempat pertama ataupun kita akan ada rojak. So, jadi let's get ready. Bendera hijau telah pun dikibarkan menantikan 3, 4 dan lampu telah pun dipadamkan memulakan perlombaan Toyota Gazoo Racing 2025 melintasi untuk selekor pertama, dan kita memperlihatkan kesemua jentera nampaknya berhimpun secara berjemaah. Kereta 63 Adi Rahimi masih lagi berada di hadapan. Kita memperlihatkan two-way battle ketika ini. Ada pelanggaran dari belakang memasuki selekor pertama dan memasuki selekor dengan cukup baik sekali. Tiada kereta yang berpusing-pusing macam gasing. dan semuanya alhamdulillah tiada accident. Almost a three-way battle. That is a touch side by side, Victor.
Nice one there for Nabil Aslan. He's still side by side with Bradley Benedict throughout all of that, but this time around he's able to get the better of him. But now he's got Freddie Ang alongside him to fight their way through turn 3 and now into turn 4. In the meantime, our two front runners are still running very much in a race of their own here. It's Adi Rahimi leads Mitchell Chia into turn 4, still keeping himself ahead of him. As Freddie Ang now finally gets ahead of both Nabil Aslan as well as William Ho, and he's up into third place.
As we know that turn 4 is a very, very dangerous. You do not want to exceed the track limit, but thankfully that nobody has been hit and we see cars running out on track. As we can see a beautiful drone shot going into turn 7, 8 and also 9. Everybody's going smooth. Mitchell Chia actually hits the curb during qualifying and it kind of make him a little bit out of balance, and we already see 3 cars just went wide at turn 8 and 7.
Yeah, let's hope they still stay on the black stuff, but for now Freddie Ang is going to be very happy to finally gotten ahead of Nabil Aslan as well as Bradley Benedict. Bradley conversely has actually fallen very far behind. He's actually fighting alongside Shafiq Samsudin now. We got a 4 wide situation going into turn 1 here. This could be a little bit interesting as Adi Rahimi continues to stay ahead of Mitchell Chia throughout. I think Mitchell is going to be biding his time, just following along closely behind the car number 63, just wrecking and scouting his braking points here, trying to figure out how exactly will be the best way for him to keep up with Adi Rahimi, the current race leader.
Well, as you can see that Mitchell Chia is or should I say we already have a DRS train currently. Everybody is in a singular line, but there is no DRS on this Vios car. But again, slipstream is powerful, but it's all about managing the tyres. Mereka tidak mahu menghauskan tyre dengan seberapa pantas kerana harus diingatkan esok kita ada lumba lagi. So jadi sekarang ini cuba mendapatkan tempat kedudukan yang baik, dan kita lihat satu turning yang cukup baik, very smooth, not oversteering, but it is expected from Adi Rahimi and also Mitchell Chia.
Yeah, neither of these guys would want to fight too hard, especially early on, because the real race is when the final laps are coming in here. So both of them will have to manage their tires, manage their expectations here, and especially with the weather potentially being changeable at this moment here. No one really knows if there's going to be a downpour coming here soon. But I do see that Freddie Ang is actually slowly but surely catching up to the front runners here. Even under braking, look at that, closing the distance. Freddie Ang is really aggressively trying to catch up to the front 2 runners. Could this turn into a 3-way battle here, Hafiz?
Yep, the reason why he is like chasing very closely because he just clocked in the fastest lap of the race currently. He's currently on 25 point, which is 1 minute. It's actually 1 minute 25.108. What is impressive is because of his first sector. While other people are doing 36.4, 36.5, he was doing 36.2. He's really pushing that car.
Oh, it certainly is. Like, again, it was quite a bit of gap, and he really wants to try to separate himself as much as possible from Nabil Aslan to prevent him from being able to take the toe out of him when it comes to the main straight, and instead try to get the toe off of Mitchell Chia's car. Unfortunately, as we enter into Sector 2, it seems like that gap is widening a little bit from P2 to P3, so Freddie Ang is going to have a lot of work in hand here in order to try to keep up with this pace, but let's see if this pattern will continue here. Again, it is literally the start of the race here, ladies and gentlemen. It's still 18 laps to go here. 17 as soon as Adi Rahimi kicks across the line here, but so far so good for Adi Rahimi.
As we can see, the split timing currently between first place, second, third and fourth is less than 1 second. So the DRS train is there, except for this 1.1 second. I believe that is William Ho from car 39 from Toyotsu Racing. He's a little bit 1.1 second behind. So that is a good pace that you want to be. But again, you do not want to be far behind, giving a toe for the car behind you, trying to go for the inside. That is not going to work for car number 6, Elson Yu, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Elson Yu will be taking that toe off of William Ho, and William will not benefit much of, because both Nabil Aslan and Freddie Ang have actually caught up to our front runners here, so very much he's left out on the lurch here.
So as for Eddie Liu, he can certainly play a lot more strategy here in regards to his fight alongside William Ho, because he's the one following William Ho throughout the track here, which means that you'll be able to see exactly where the breaking points are. Look at that, just aggressively hugging to the inside of the curb and literally throwing dirt up. He's very aggressively trying to gain as much time as possible compared to William Ho. Look at that, bouncing off of the curb as well. He is locked into this battle.
And also the fight is very, very interesting between 5th and 6th. But if possible, kalau boleh, jom kita tengok kepada jentera nombor 27. Jentera nombor 27 di mana Aidan Khalik berjaya memotong Hakish di kedudukan in the rookie category. Dan what happened to Muhammad Syafiq Samsudin? Dia jatuh, dipotong oleh dua. Kita lihat ulang tayang ini. Is there anything and a touch?
Well,
he went
way wide.
That's turn 4.
Way off in turn 4 onto the grass as well. Probably will have to give the place back, although he's not in the same class as with the other rookie drivers that are surrounding him. But I think like early on, I did see him locked in the battle with Bradley Benedict, with Kenneth Cole, and it seems like just off camera, he might have actually had an incident and that actually forced him into the back. So not a good look here for Shafiq Samsudin, but still have a long race to go here. He might, there might still be a chance for him to catch up. But speaking of catching up, I think Mitchell is starting to realize that the pressure is coming in from behind, because look at how close Freddie Ang is compared to him. Now entering into Sector 2, entering into the final turn, Mitchell is actually falling back compared to Adi Rahimi, and now he's going to have to defend against a very, very fast Freddie Ang.
Yes, as we remembered in the qualifying session, he only took 3 laps to secure his, secure the qualifying shootout. So he has a lot of pace, he knows when to attack, and as we can see currently, if we can get a little bit of a backtrack, Shafiq Samsudin is actually clocking the fastest car on the track with 165.4 kilometers. I take it back. Now it's actually car number 6. That is Eddie Liu.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's falling closely behind Mitchell Chia. Look at the way he's just punching up and then against the back of him. Yeah, back bump from the back there. As Nabil Aslan is also closing in here. Mitchell, in spite of the fact that he got a really good start, is now starting to falter a little bit, and that's put him right into the clutches of this 3-way battle for second place.
As I believe that there will be noted, I just got the cue from race control that there is a turn 8 involvement with car 21 and also 88.
That's Boy Wong as well as Shafiq Samsudin.
And Shafiq is now already released himself from the rookies block, but something happened.
Yeah, something definitely happened between the two of them, so that could explain why he fell all the way back into the rookies, into fighting alongside the rookies. It's good that he's finally gotten through them, but now, funny enough, the next car that's ahead of him is literally Boy Wong, so could the revenge be served cold over here?
Yep, that is the official announcement from race control. But however, as we can see, I'm sure if we can minta izin, kalau boleh kita tengok apa jadi dengan rookies kita sekarang ini, di mana Aidan Khalik, jentera nombor 27. Tetapi sebelum itu kita lihat bagaimana masuk di dalam first turn, mampukah untuk mencari switcheroo. Begitu baik braking, closing the door by Mitchell Chia. Now which is very important, going into that second turn, holding the line well, and everything looks even Steven.
Oh man, I just saw the message from Race Control is telling Freddie Ang to watch his track limits. So yeah, he's gonna have to be a little bit careful coming around to turn 4, which we are going uphill towards now. Managed to get very close with Mitchell Chia that time though, practically touching bumpers there. But frankly, he is really in a position now to challenge Mitchell Chia for that second place.
As going into turn 4, I mean, comparing to single-seaters like F3, F2 and F1, the Vios car is more stable and durable to go up those curves aggressively. You do an F1 car in that turn 14, patah suspension, bro. Patah suspension.
Kan suspension into carbon fiber. But yeah, like these cars are pretty hardy, not gonna lie, they really are suited for this kind of wheel-to-wheel action that we're seeing currently as Freddie Ang continues to chase onto Mitchell Chia. I think now would be a good time to actually see how our rookies are holding up, because Aiden Khalik, again, he's already passed Hakish Giva for the lead in the rookie class. He's currently 0.7 of a second ahead of him, so a very decent pace that he's showing right now, just keeping control of the race for the rookies as Freddie Ang continues to stay bumper to bumper. Mitchell, look at that, just not much gap between the two of them as they come around turn 1. No opportunity through turn 2. Mitchell Chia is very aggressive in his defense here, making sure that he hugs that racing line and ensure there's no gap at all here for Freddie Ang to exploit.
And I believe that going forward, the difference between first, second, third and fourth, Mitchell Chia is 1.1 second behind Adi Rahimi, and where Freddie Ng is 4/10 behind Mitchell Chia, and Nabil Aslan is 4/10 behind Freddie Ng. So again, those top 4 are very, very close, especially chasing for the final spot on the podium.
That's right. So, wow, I mean, even Nabil Aslan, yeah, I cannot forget about him. He's actually following along this second place battle. It's a 3-way battle between all 3 of these cars. So, we just want to see exactly how they're going to try to handle it out for the next 13 laps or so. Another notice for this time, our race leader, Adi Rahimi, to respect the track limit. So, oh boy, race control is definitely keeping a very keen eye on that turn 4 right now. So, nobody please don't step out of line here, because we want to keep this nice and clean. But so far for Adi, you know, thanks to Mitchell Chia having to defend constantly against Freddie Ang, who's already going for the dive. He's attempting to try to snatch it away here in turn 1 itself, under braking. He's going to be able to get ahead. Can he close the door though? He is leaving Mitchell Chia out of the lurch. Nabil Aslan gets a little tap to keep him a little bit wide. Going into the next turn though, Mitchell Chia will be able to take the apex back and stays in P3 ahead of Nabil Aslan, but Freddie Ang is already pulling into the distance. What a move there from Freddie Ang.
Absolutely stunning now. He is going forward in that second place. Well, maybe Nabil Aslan was looking for the switcheroo, but he was not able to execute well because the corner was not going in his favor. Thus, the switcheroo did not happen. Mitchell Chia, can he try to go from the inside? Turn 4, pushing side by side and going onto the grass, a little bit dirty on the tires, but everything is even, Steven. Now, can Nabil Aslan defend? I believe that Mitchell Chia terpaksa untuk berundur dan memikirkan mungkin sekarang bukan masa sesuai untuk melakukan offensive attack dan menggelongsor kereta Vios itu nak masuk seleko.
Yeah, wow, that was a nice move there. Nabil Aslan already taking it out of the exit, going into turn 4. He got himself on that racing line. Mitchell Chia was a little bit compromised, especially on the exit, and going into the next turn was certainly at a disadvantage. This was now a replay of that move Freddie Ang did, literally moved to the side. And Mitchell Chia couldn't react in time, couldn't block him. And you can see Nabil Aslan attempting to take advantage of this. Gets a little bit of a nudge. That actually forced Mitchell Chia sideways a little bit, having to try to get himself composed and under pressure. He's still able to take the apex back in the next turn. So well done there to Mitchell. But unfortunately, it was still all for naught as Nabil continues to overtake him in the next turn.
Yes, and I believe that currently the top 3 are as follow. Adi Rahimi di tempat pertama, tempat kedua Freddie Ng, tempat ketiga adalah Nabil Aslan setelah berjaya memotong Mitchell Chia. Tetapi the top 4 battle is very, very close. Nak kata close tak jugalah, sebab perbezaan masa untuk tempat ketiga adalah 0.5 of a second. Tempat kedua, ketiga dan keempat, maafkan abang, tempat ketiga dan kedua is 1 second plus. So that is a healthy lead, healthy gap. And now the battle for the final podium spot is very, very interesting.
It's going to get more and more interesting. We're already close to the halfway point. In the meantime, that battle between Eddie Liu and William Ho, seems like Eddie actually got the better of him. He's already way ahead of Eddie, and Eddie is now having to defend against Timothy Yo, who's already caught up behind. So is William going to be at risk now of losing 6th position here? It seems like Timothy is closing in on him on that final turn. He got a good exit. Not quite enough to gain that slipstream though, so he's going to have to continue to try to push William Ho. And if you know anything about William, he doesn't like to be pushed this way, so let's see how he's going to try to defend against this.
Dan kita mendapat maklumat Jentera 18 dan juga Jentera 3 diberikan amaran kerana track limit. Kereta 18 adalah kereta Genevieve dan juga kereta yang terakhir adalah 3 adalah Freddie Ng. Sekali lagi diberikan, kali ini ialah amaran bukan teguran, kali ini ialah track limit warning. Buat lagi, akan akhirnya kita dapat lihat three-way battles for the rookie. Car number 27, Aidan Khalik, cuba untuk mempertahankan kedudukannya setelah diasak oleh Hakish ketika ini. 4 jentera mampukah untuk melakukan potongan daripada luar dan okey, terima kasih. Patah balik. Kita nak tengok adakah perubahan. Tak ada perubahan, tetapi battle sangat-sangat close di antara 4 driver rookie kita. Jangan lupa kita ada Rahul dan juga Ian James. Weh, what happened kepada Bradley Benedict? Dia jatuh.
Aku rasa dia masuk pit kot.
Mungkin boleh jadi masuk ke dalam pit. Kita akan minta cameraman untuk cari kereta 55. Tetapi for the rookies, now is your time to shine. Show. Because sekarang ni kita dah ada potongan daripada orang kata apa, Aidan Khalik berjaya memotong Harkish sebentar tadi. Dan di mana kereta 55?
Yeah, kereta 55. I think he's gone into the pits there because he's
diambil oleh UFO.
UFO datang, weh. Tapi Adi Rahimi masih di depan. I mean, all the fighting that was happening from second place onwards actually benefited Adi Rahimi a lot because now he has practically a 2-second gap to command the race with, and this is a perfect position for him in order to gain. In order to take the win here, if Freddie Ang is not able to catch up, so this is a perfect position for Adi Rahimi. As for Nabil Aslan and Mitchell Chia, they're going to be left to fight on their own. In the meantime, the rookies continue to go on. Ooh, Shafiq Samsudin has got a puncher. He's struggling to try to keep the car on the track, but a right rear puncher, left rear puncher has actually forced him to try to nurse it because he got it at turn 1.
Kita lihat di manakah dan ada pelanggaran nampaknya di antara jentera 88 dan juga jentera 21. Pelanggaran di antara Genevieve dan juga
bukan Genevieve itu
18
21
88.
Ya, 88 itu Shafiq Samsudin.
Oh, Shafiq Samsudin.
Dan Boy Wong yang di dalam jentera 21. So it seems like that slight touch was enough to actually
puncture the tire.
Not just puncture, but like move the tire from the rims completely. And the worst part is that happened literally right after the pit entry. So Shafiq Samsudin is going to have to go one whole lap around before he can come in and get those tires changed out, which is so unfortunate. So now he's going to have to nurse it all the way.
And for sure that will bring damage that will carry forward into tomorrow's race. Now on board with car 633 Adi Rahimi dan kita mendapat maklumat ada full course yellow. Ya betul, kita ada full course yellow seperti mana tertera di skrin ketika ini. Dan juga maklumat ada track limit warning yang akan diberikan, tetapi apa yang confirmnya, para pelumba tidak boleh lebih daripada 80 km sejam kerana full course yellow sekarang ini.
Yeah, so for those you guys who are F1 fans, this is equivalent to a virtual safety car. So all the drivers will have to slow down. They're not allowed to pass on the track. They will neutralize the race here, no doubt because of maybe some incident here. We'll give you updates as soon as we know more information. But for now, things are neutralized. We are still in the middle of the race here. They haven't called the cars into the pits, so they will remain out on track.
Safety car tak ada lagi seketika ini. Apa yang kita dapat lihat di maklumat di skrin dan juga di information di track adalah full course yellow. So jadi jentera tak boleh lebih daripada 80. Tolong hati-hati. Lepas tu jangan memotong. Jangan tiba-tiba ambil peluang untuk potong pula. Itu memang not the way to go. Dan for sure kita punya race steward akan apa yang anda buat.
Yeah, so the gaps will still be maintained here. I mean, again, they are just going to be forced to adhere to a speed limit. But effectively, this is a neutralization of the race. It might mean there will be less laps to run later on when we are able to get back to a green flag situation. But as of right now, yeah, everyone's just going to be waiting for the cue to come from race control.
Green flag nampaknya.
Yep.
Green flag short notice maksudnya perlombaan dapat diteruskan. Itu dia. Kita dapat lihat Marshall dan adakah berlakunya potongan three-way battle ketika ini side by side battle memasuki apex. Jentera nombor 61 berjaya menolak Mitchell Chia memaksa jentera nombor 6 untuk berada sedikit wide, tetapi the switcheroo, will it happen? No, it doesn't, because that car is behind Mitchell Chia, and I believe Eddie Liu have to fight another day while being haunted behind by William Ho.
William Ho is going like, Eddie, that is my place, please give it back. But Eddie is like, nope, you're going to have to take it the hard way here. But yeah, this is really interesting. That green flag call was literally right on the straight, and that kind of caught out Mitchell Chia a little bit. I think Eddie was trying to take advantage of that as much as he can, but fortunately Mitchell was able to retake his position and stay ahead of him through turns 1 and 2. So that's pretty fortunate for him. Unfortunately, he's actually lost quite a bit of time compared to Nabil Aslan. So Nabil is able to pull away thanks to Mitchell having to defend his own position. So this is not working out well here for Mitchell. Let's see if he will be able to fight his way back. But for now, he's got Eddie Liu to watch out behind.
So sekarang ini kita memperlihatkan dengan 6 lap saja berbaki. Dan adakah mungkin kita memperlihatkan top 3 kekal dengan Eddie Rahimi, Freddy Ng dan juga Nabil Aslan. Tetapi kalau kita lihat dari segi kedudukan, side by side battle, sedikit sentuhan memasuki selekor pertama. Adakah akan menjunam nampaknya? Two-way battle, semuanya nampaknya very sensible, tidak mahu melakukan sesuatu yang tak sepatutnya, dan nampaknya begitu hampir hitting the impact ketika ini berlakunya satu sentuhan yang agak-agak ringan. Kalau lagi kuat rasanya Mitchell Chia tu boleh berpusing tu, sebab it's almost like a pit maneuver. Dari kiri, spectacular effort. Mitchell Chia drops another spot. He is not having a good day on track.
I think something might be damaged, but I do see a bit of bodywork dragging there. I hope it's not more than that going on with Mitchell Chia, because he's fallen off. He's got William Ho and Timothy Yeo passing him as well at the same time. So things are not looking good here for car number 61. Eddie Liu will be trying to pull ahead while Timothy Yeo continues to nip at the heels of William Ho, sliding side by side here through turn 5 and 6. Now Eddie Liu in car number 6 is continuing to lead the two of them now into the final corner. Ooh, Timothy might be able to find himself hooking to the inside, and the contact between him and William Ho. William, fortunately, is still able to stay on track. How the heck did he save himself out of that? And look at that, Mitchell Chia comes around from the outside, retakes a position ahead of William Ho.
Oh, that is a very spicy moment between these two drivers, and it was well recovered. However, we see Mitchell Chia, there is body part hanging from his car. That will be causing him maybe a few thousandths of a second on pace. But as we can see, can Mitchell Chia defend? No, he cannot, because Timothy Thomas Yeo is taking the spot, and that is body work. However, Timothy Thomas Yeo was kind of on the grass a bit, and that is a very panicky moment. We will see a replay very shortly about of that bump going into a turn 6, 7, 8, 9. What happened here? As we can see, turning in, it was a shoulder budge, but however, well controlled by William Ho to make sure that the car sticks on that asphalt. From this angle, it was almost a pit maneuver.
It probably is a pit maneuver. It's just fortunately, William Ho was able to recover just in time, and all that slowing down has allowed Mitchell Chia to briefly overtake the two of them. But looking at it now, like the fact that Mitchell was passed by the time they reached the end of the straight, that tells me the straight line speed is not there for car number 61, and that's a big problem right here, because it means that even though he was able to pass the two of them, he was completely unable to defend going to turn 1. So whatever kind of damage he sustained early on in that incident with Eddie Liu, that seemed to have caused a problem with his car, and he's making his straight line speed way slower than before.
Yes, you can see something is hanging from that car, but however, put that aside, incident turn 7 is being noted by the steward's office. As you can see, going into turn number 1, slow and steady, car number 23. I believe that is Timothy Thomas Yeo from RH Kalulong Motorsports, having a very solid position right now in 6th place.
Oh, wow, I mean, it's great to see that William Ho is able to get himself back composed here and still maintains his position ahead of Timothy Yeo. In fact, trying to widen the gap a bit coming into turn 4. In the meantime, Eddie Liu is just having the time of his life, pulling so far ahead here. Timothy Yeo still biding his time, still trying to find an opportunity here. Probably going to be a little bit more cognizant of trying to make that move on the final turn again, but we'll have to see. In the meantime, Freddy Ang has already gotten past Nabil Aslan. He's actually gotten past him after turn 4, so he now is moving up. Is still moving up into 2nd place here.
Yes, but however, his position is a bit far compared to Adi Rahimi. That is a 3.2 seconds, but the car behind him, Nabil Arslan, is chasing on the straight. Does he have the clean air? Is it enough space to actually move for a cut? I believe it's still far away, even though it's 4/10 of a second. And I believe that Freddie Ng will defend from the outside, going in, closing the door. Very sensible. And I think Nabil Arslan will not go for a take. But what I'm getting here is that Mitchell Chia is dropping another spot from 7th to 8th. According to my time records.
Yeah, definitely some problem that's being experienced here by Mitchell in car number 61. So whatever, like the only visible damage we could see from outside was a bit of bodywork, but I suspect something deeper, something internal probably is causing him a lot of grief here. It's severely affected his straight line speed, so he's already losing places as we speak. In the meantime, I think the gaps are widening out between everyone. There's only really a handful of battles going on here, one of which is the one you see on your screens here. Timothy Yeo continuing to shadow William Ho's line. He's been searching for opportunity after opportunity, still not able to find an advantage here, even though he was 0.2 of a second behind William Ho over the line previously.
3 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 lagi pusingan yang berbaki. Kalau kita lihat dari segi kedudukan tempat pertama, nampaknya Adi Rahimi ketika ini sedang bercuti di hadapan kesorang-sorangan. Tiada siapa yang mampu mengejarnya kecuali kalau tertiba Adi Rahimi accident. Manakala inilah dia shot untuk kategori rookie di mana semua jentera mereka memiliki color putih. Harkish ketika ini memiliki kedudukan pertama, berjaya untuk memotong saya tarik balik. Sebenarnya Aidan Khalik berada di hadapan masih lagi unggul, diikuti oleh Rahul, dan juga di tempat keempat adalah Ian James dan juga Genevieve di tempat kelima di dalam kategori rookie.
Yeah, well done Aidan Khalik. Actually, Akiyesh is now ahead of Aidan Khalik. We'll be seeing that update as he come across the line, but it's seeming like a really big battle going on here in the rookie class. The top 3 drivers only within half a second of each other, following each other closely. In fact, I think even Ian James is starting to catch up, coming out that final turn, so this could be exciting stuff here. Hakiesh, who had qualified in pole position, has finally got the position back here from Aidan Khalik just off camera, and now is attempting to defend against Hakiesh with only 2 laps to go. Moving off the side there, you can see Justin Railhead Deb is trying to take the wider line. Look at the dive going in for Aidan Khalik. He tries to beat him into the first turn, not quite able to get alongside, but he is able to hook it in. Will be left on the disadvantage though coming into the next turn. He tries to turn in, sees the cars there, had to dodge out of the way, and that's allowed Justin Raul Dev to catch up to him. Now side by side, going into turn 3, Raul Dev on the outside, trying to gain onto Aidan Khalik, but it seems like it's all for naught. They will still remain alongside going to turn 4.
Satu tindakan yang agak agresif yang dipamerkan oleh kedua pelumba ini. Harkish dan juga Aidan Khalik cuba untuk sedikit wide nampaknya jentera 22 Ian James sebentar tadi harus berhati-hati tidak mahu bertemu dengan dinding. Nampaknya ketika ini lap terakhir telah pun masuk. Kita dapat lihat final lap di manakah Adi Rahimi ketika ini jauh 2.9 saat berada di hadapan Freddie Ng. Nabil Arslan berada di tempat ketiga dengan 4/10 of a second. Saya percaya ketika ini jika Adi Rahimi dapat bertahan, sudah pasti tempat pertama menjadi miliknya di dalam perlumbaan round pertama ini.
Yeah, Nabil Arslan, this is going to be his final chance here to take second place from Freddie Ng. He's getting closer and closer, but unfortunately turn 4 didn't quite work out well with him. It's still going to be Freddie Ng ahead of him going into turns 5 and 6. Following very closely, you can see Adi Rahimi in the distance now. He's finally getting to the final turn and potentially will be taking the win, the first win of the season here. Freddie Ng continuing to keep the pressure of Nabil Arslan behind him. Adi Rahimi though, he is in the clear. He is already celebrating inside of his car. He's going to be taking the checkered flag to win race number 1, the first race of 2025 for the super sporting class.
Satu tindakan yang baik daripada Adi Rahimi, diikuti oleh Freddie Ng, Nabil Arslan, dan juga tempat keempat sudah pastinya menjadi milik jentera nombor 6 ini. What a shot, what a race. Wow, daripada Eddie Liu, dan ini dia jentera nombor 61 iaitu Mitchell Chia yang berada di dalam kedudukan podium. tetapi beliau mengalami kerosakan mungkin bodywork dan kita lihat adanya sedikit body part yang tergantung menyebabkan dia hilang maybe not just thousands, maybe tenth of a second. Manakala kita lihat untuk kategori rookie, kita memperlihatkan jentera 24 iaitu Harkish akan memperlihatkan checkered flag pertama dan kita lihat bagaimana dengan begitu confidentnya Harkish mendapatkan checkered flag diikuti oleh Aidan Khalik, tempat ketiga Rahul Dev, tempat keempat Ian James dan juga Genevieve Oi mendapat tempat kelima di dalam kategori rookie. But the man of the hour, jentera nombor 63 daripada Laser Motor Racing yakni Adi Rahimi Rashid mendapatkan checkered flag pertama, race pertama, round pertama untuk kategori super sporting dan juga rookies.
Wow, what a grand slam here for Adi Rahimi. Not only took the fastest time in Q1, took the fastest time as well in Q2, and then converted into a race win here on one day. Wow, amazing effort here from Malaysia Motor Racing. They're certainly going to be happy with that. And with Eddie Liu as well, finishing in 4th position, that's a lot of points coming their way and lots of celebrations going to be abound here in the pit lane later on.
So, jadi itulah dia. The podium boleh katakan winners adalah Eddie Rahimi dan juga Freddy Ng yang bermain ini bukan bola, ini lumba kereta. Terfafel saya dengan pemanduan yang cukup sempurna dan Nabil Azhar harus diingatkan ya, dia first punya race dia ada masalah hood. So dia tak dapat training banyak, practice banyak, tapi he shows that he is capable to be on the podium when the situation arises.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect conversion from qualifying there for him as well. You know, I mean, the battle between him and Freddie Ang has brought us a lot of entertainment over here in the commentary booth. Adi Rahimi will certainly be feeling on cloud 9 right about now because there's a lot of points that he's going to be able to start the season with. A perfect way to kick off 2025 for Laser Motor Racing, especially with Eddie Liu also not too far behind as well, getting himself in a nice grab with William Ho being able to take up the 4th position overall here. Also, like to give a shout out to our rookie class drivers Hakiesh and Aidan Khalik. Aidan able to take the lead in the race, only for Hakiesh to continue on and be able to retake the lead and take the win for the rookie class here. What an amazing story that is here for Hakiesh.
Yeah, kita miss the battle of the rookies sebab they were like daripada elok-elok kategori diorang, tiba-tiba Muhammad Syafiq Samsudin terjoin diorang punya group for some odd reason. But they managed to pull out a very, very good race. Ini dekat scrutineering, di mana kena periksa dulu, pastikan jentera mengikut specification, jangan tiba-tiba terlebih minyak, terkurang minyak. Ini dia kereta nombor 24, Harkish, mendapat podium checkered flag untuk kategori rookie. What a race, terbaik lah.
Terbaik, betul tu. Wow, I mean, after all that excitement and action, it's a bit of a shame that we didn't see any rain at all, but I don't think that matters when you consider the action that we've seen out on track here. Incredible racing here. What a way to kick things off for our 2025 season.
Hello?
And Boy Wong.
Jap, bukan. Car 21.
Yeah.
Kita tengok, diminta team manager dan driver report to race control. Kereta siapakah?
Boy Wong.
Apa sudah jadi?
He was involved in a few incidents, if you recall, like with Shafiq Samsudin, and also later on also got a bit of a scrap with some of the other drivers. I think that is certainly something he's going to have to hash out later on with race control after this race. Yeah. Let's see when we get the official, the provisional results out now for race number 1, the super sporting class, kicking things off in this weekend itself. And boy, what a race it was! Lots of thrills, lots of spills, and especially for William Ho, like that save, that's got to be the save of the race so far. Literally getting pit maneuvered, still was able to keep himself under control and get back to racing here. and the incredible comeback as well from our rookie class winner, I should say, Hakish Giva. So here are your provisional results. Adi Rahimi takes the checkered flag first for the super sporting class in race number 1. Freddie Ang takes the second spot, and Nabil Aslan takes the last podium spot. Eddie Liu will take up 4th position ahead of William Ho. Timothy Yo finishes ahead of Kenneth Cole. Mitchell Chia in 8th place ahead of Boy Wong, and Harkish, the rookie driver, taking 10th place overall, but 1st place in the rookie class. As we go along the list here, Aidan Khalik, massive effort for him in order to take the lead during the race. Unfortunately, lost it out, but still a 2nd place finish ahead of Raul Dev is looking really, really good here. And yeah, what an exciting way.
So, jadi sebelum itu, ayo kita memperlihatkan dulu highlight untuk perlombaan race 1 Super Sporting dan juga Rookies. Apa yang penting ketika ini ialah kesemua driver-driver kita di selekoh pertama daripada starting, semuanya baik. Tak ada accident, tak ada pelanggaran dan side by side itu sudah pasti. Tetapi very sensible, good job, well done. Meskipun adanya sentuhan ini, tetapi sentuhan itu terhadap driver nombor 28 Nabil Azlan, kita tengok semuanya cuba untuk mendapatkan inside line, tetapi the counter turn, it was a left-hander. Dan ini something happened here. Something happened. Tak, ini dia dah jatuh ke dalam rookie punya kategori punya playground. What made he felt so bad? Itu yang kita termis tadi. Something happened.
I think like we did see race control like investigate an incident between him and Boy Wong. So I suspect it was a collision or something that happened between the two of them that forced him all the way down. And we also saw like Mitchell Chia, he was having a really good run up until the midpoint where contact between him and another car has actually severely affected his straight line performance, so he wasn't able to continue his fight for the podium here. It only was able to get into 8th place, and this was a slide here. Yeah, that William Ho was fortunately able to save and even still stay within track limits. That's incredible here.
Itulah pasal kena langgar pit maneuver masih lagi berada di atas lita, dan itulah dia checkered flag untuk Adi Rahimi. Dan sudah pastinya bila menang nanti akan ada balance.
Ya. Ya, tapi itu
nanti punya cerita.
Nanti punya cerita. Round 2 punya cerita lah itu. Namun, yeah, everyone is now looking like they're getting on a cool down.
Siapa pula ni? Aduh, Godzilla.
Ada guest spot sini dengan biawak.
La ilaha illallah, Godzilla ni. Bang, lumba dah habis. Bagusnya Godzilla ni, dia lintas lepas habis race.
Ya, dia pun patuhi peraturan di track ini.
Ini baik punya Godzilla ni. Mengikut peraturan undang-undang di track. Habis baru boleh lintas.
Yeah. I wonder he's going to get a summons to race control later
Sekali
on.
Kena panggil ke race control. So jadi kita percaya semuanya sudah settle. Tugas kita untuk race pertama dah settle. So jadi sebelum itu kita akan hantar ke Abang Nas sebentar saja lagi. Tapi sebelum itu overall the race was good. I say hi. Apa khabar korang? Apa khabar? Harap korang semua, koma-koma semua terhibur dengan race pertama kita, dengan aksi orang kata apa, kena pit maneuver still lagi Godzilla is still on the track.
Aksi Godzilla lagi. Wah, ni race Sepang ni memang ada apa-apa macam pun ada.
Macam-macam ada. So jadi Godzilla ada, lepas ni apa? King Kong pula datang. Nyaya kita ni. But talking about it was a good race. I was very happy. Even though there was a lot of issues about track limits that they need to work in the next races, but overall, what a race.
What a race. I mean, wow, I didn't expect so much action to happen here. But again, we're talking about a championship that's literally up for grabs, right? Our returning champion is not going to be in this first round. So literally it was anyone's game. Adi Rahimi, he stepped up to that challenge. Like, he not only got the best qualifying, he got such a good start. he literally was able to stay ahead of Mitchell Chia throughout and pretty much didn't look back at all, all throughout. And then of course we had plenty of battles, for William Ho with Eddie Liu. Eddie Liu of course got the better of that, and boy, what a run he's had coming in 4th place overall. And then of course the rookie class, like the pass that Aidan has been able to do on the Hakish was allowing him to lead the rookie class race for a little bit, but Hakish came back at him. So not only was he able to get the pole position, but also eventually got that race win. So wow, lots of things to take away from this race here.
Jangan risau, kita tengah mendapatkan maklumat Abang Nas kita tengah berlari dekat pit untuk cari kita punya interview untuk di-interview. Once anything ready boleh bagi tahu. But overall, the rookie class, I think we should give more. More video, orang kata apa, bukan kata video, more action kepada rookies because they had some good time. Abang Nas, dah ready ke tu? Kalau dah ready, jom kita hantar kita punya video kepada Abang Nas. We will be back.
Abe sentiasa bersedia untuk anda berdua. Tapi yang comel di sini bila dengar Victor Kex berbahasa Melayu, comel sungguh Victor. Keep up the great bahasa work, that's for sure. This is the vehicle of Adele. Adele graduated from the rookies. Now she's racing in sporting class. She's one of 4 women who are entered in this season 2025 Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge. So ladies, I'm privileged to, of course, speak to all of them here today. Adele, of course, making it to Super Sporting Cars. How does that feel, stepping up to the next rung?
Of course, it's very, it feels very surreal actually, coming back to Toyota Gazoo Racing after 3 years. So I'm very excited to see how I will do this season. And after the qualifying, and we will see in race 1, which is happening in around 30 minutes. So I will see how far I go in this season.
Excellent. Answered with absolute composure. I remember the first time interviewing this young lady, she was unsure of herself. She didn't know what to say. She was very honest. You're still honest now, but now I see this newfound confidence. You've gone out there, you've gone through MCS, and you've gone through quite a few racing hours as well. Do you think it'll help you prepare for a good finish today?
Of course, and actually having more track time builds my confidence. So I'm actually very grateful to be having like the few chances around like TSS, other races to build my confidence up. So today I will see how far I can go.
Excellent. Speaking of confidence, you are up against 19 other races, the biggest sporting class entry of all the season. So with 20 drivers, 12 new drivers, do you think you can get a podium finish?
We will see. Of course we would want to but I will just try my best, honestly. I'm actually happy to be improving step by step. I don't want to mess up my race, so I will try my best to go higher and higher each round. Yeah.
Nicely done, nicely done. And of course, trying to emulate Dato' Eddie Liu, her father, who just got 3rd place, a podium finish in Super Sporting Class. So no pressure of course. Adele, best of luck. I'll speak next to Aikha. And of course, this beautiful lady, Aiksha, is a Gymkhana champion. Gymkhana, quite a lot of difference from a one-make race in Sepang International Circuit. What are your thoughts, Aisha?
Yes, coming here, driving a one-make race is so much different from Gymkhana. Gymkhana itself is a very low-speed motorsport discipline. So, and we use a lot of handbrakes. So when you jump to circuit, then it takes a lot of effort to adapt to the speed. Yeah, the speed, and also, you can't rely on handbrake. You have to really trail brake and everything. So my first season here, my first time driving a Vios. So really taking time to really adapting to the car.
Well, my first advice is keep your hands away from the handbrake. That's for sure, you don't need it throughout the duration of the race. And yes, although there's precision with Gymkhana, over here it's all about speed. And you said you've gone with the Vios quite a few times, this 4th generation. Do you feel you gotten a good control or an understanding with your machine?
Still adapting, especially on the setups and everything, because when it comes to our own competition machines, we tend to do a lot of modifications. So like now what we have is like a real full stock car, right? And yeah, I just have to adapt to it lah.
Excellent. Happy adaptation. We'll see how you do for your very first race. Aisha, best of luck. And now we move on to the youngest, literally the youngest member in the stable. She's racing in sporting class, amazingly not the rookie class. This is beautiful Sophia Zara, 15 years old. Sophia, you've seen the other races in action. You see the other two beautiful ladies. Are you feeling intimidated?
I wouldn't say so. Not so much intimidated. I'm like more excited because it's going to be like my first race in Gazoo. It's not what I expected to be in sporting, more like rookie, but then I was rejected. So like I'm really grateful to Super Evergreen for giving me this opportunity.
Excellent. Super Evergreen has a lot of faith in a 15-year-old driver. I got to respect that. So experience before this. Can you tell us a little bit about your racing experience?
So I started go-karting when I was 5. Then I started learning cars when I was 12 in the old Vios car. Then last year when I got my license, I raced in MCS round 3 and round 4. Then I did S1K in the old Vios car and I got 5th place. So this will be my 4th race.
Well done. At 15 years old, 5th place at MCS. And MCS, we're talking about a lot of experienced drivers as well. And so, last but not least, I understand this is your first Toyota Gazoo race. And so, are you expecting a podium? What are your expectations really?
Honestly, I don't expect a podium for this round. Hopefully in one of the next few rounds, like either round 2 or round 3. For now, I just hope to finish the race, get some experience from it.
Just experience for now, yeah? Humble girl, she knows mana tinggi langit, mana rendah bumi, and this is the sort of attitude. I think it's a little bit different from the boys. The boys are full of bluster. They're like, yeah, I'm going to do well here. Girls are like, don't worry, I will see how I do, so on and so forth. Last but not least, I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there rooting for Sophia Zara, especially your schoolmates. So what would you like to say to them?
Hi, friends.
That's it? Hi, friends. All right, and last but not least, your father, Shafiq Shamsuddin, is also racing in super sporting class. And so, does he have any expectations for you? What was his advice for you?
His advice was to make sure to complete the entire race, gain experience from it, and so that I can learn from all the other experienced drivers on the grid.
Complete 20 laps first, yeah? Very good. Now we'll think about podium in race 2. Fuyo! Sophia, best of luck. Knuckles up, girl. Boom. Get yourself prepared. 30 minutes and we'll see you on track. All right? Excellent. There you are, ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers. 3 of the 4 beauties, the 4 women who are racing in this season's Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge. 3 of them are in sporting class and 1 in the rookie class, Genevieve Uy. So, of course, you can be looking for her prestasi in just a few moments. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, many of you, of course, when we take a look at Toyota Gazoo Racing, we take a look at the races, we take a look at some great racing, the thrills and spills. But what does it take for the teams to prepare? And so, let's take a walk with Mr. Alex Yung himself, Malaysia's first F1 driver, as we walk through the twists and turns of Sepang F1 circuit and how the teams prepare for their races. Let's take a look.
At Sepang International Circuit, ex-F1 track, still have MotoGP here, all sorts of great stuff. And of course the track we've been using for TGR Festival for the last few years. It's a great track, a lot of fun to drive, super safe. It's a very safe track as well. See turn 1 here, we're coming down to turn 1. Just left the pit lane into turn 1. Okay, here we are at turn 1 of the north track here at Sepang, and you can see this corner is followed by a very long straight. The start-finish straight is over 1 kilometer long, and the cars reach about 175 kilometers per hour for braking for this corner, which makes it perfect for overtaking. We see a lot of side-by-side action through this corner. It's very wide. You've got people diving down the inside, you've got people trying to go around the outside, especially the first lap of the race. It's a super exciting corner to be at. Now turn 1 actually blends straight into turn 2. You can see in the distance, turn 1 and then straight to the left-handed turn 2. Turn 2 is a very tight corner. It's the slowest corner on the track and you actually often see action in that corner as well. You see people trying to dive down the inside, especially on the last lap of the race. It's very important to get a good exit out of that corner, especially because you are flat through turn 3 all the way up to turn 4. So your exit out of turn 2 is very important for a good lap time to carry the speed all the way to turn 4. Okay, here we are at turn 4, and you can see there's a massive long straight from turn 3 to turn 4, and it's another action spot. Lots of overtaking here. The Vios will reach here about 165 kilometers per hour, so big braking area. And on paper, it's the easiest corner on the track. It's only a simple 90-degree right, but that's not the case. Turn-in is really hard because you have to be on the curb on the turn-in. And look at the apex here. The apex curb you need to run on a lot. You can see a lot of the mud's been sprayed out. Now the exit is very important here as well, because we then go to turn 5 and 6. And turn 5 and 6 are the fastest corners on the track, but they are full throttle. They are taken flat in the Vios. With that sort of situation where you're full throttle for so long, you need to have a good exit out of turn 4. Okay, now we're at the end of the lap here at the North Track, and if you look behind me, snaking around the hill in the distance is turns 5 and 6 and turn 7. In the Vios on new tyres, you are full throttle all through those corners, and you snake out to before you brake for turn 8 here at 150, 155 kilometers per hour. You've got to somehow get the car slowed down before going through turn 8 and 9 here. It's a very slow corner, but you've got to carry the speed. Exit is very important. As was talked about Sepang, it's long straights, it's very much a top speed track. You need good top speed, you need good exits out of these corners. And out of this last corner leads onto the very long start-finish straight. And that's where all the overtaking happens. So you have to have a good exit out of here. If we think it's going to rain, which are the right bits of tarmac to use. And we just have a good discussion. It's a good way to warm up and think about the weekend and really get the drivers focused ahead of what they need to do. So I think the favorite part to drive, especially in the Vios, is turns 5 and 6. You know, on new tires, it's flat out, very high speed corners, and the car's moving around all the way through there. And can you imagine, it's a fast corner, and yet you can still go through full throttle through those corners. A lot of fun. Okay, well that was a lap of the North Track here at Sepang International Circuit. 2.7 kilometers of fun and excitement. And that's how Toyota pushes the limit by helping the next generation. So catch us live on social media.
A legacy isn't built overnight. It's forged from unyielding passion and grit and begins with a purpose, a singular belief. We carried that belief with us in 2017 when Toyota Gazoo Racing took its first lap in Malaysia. With 28 races in 3 main cities, the Vios Challenge marked the nation's first one-make street racing event. From there, we ventured into new routes, launching our esports championship in 2018. You see, Gazoo Racing is not just about racing. It embodies the Japanese concept of wakudoki, a heart-pumping thrill. And whether on screen or on track, we sought to ignite that excitement within everyone. In the following seasons, Toyota Gazoo Racing evolved as a multi-platform to nurture professionals and amateurs alike for the global stage. We brought the race to the Sepang International Circuit, along with better cars and better racing. We advanced from our circuit to take on the national stage under the TGR flag. In the face of failure, we found resilience and came back stronger to claim victory. This heritage became the driving force of the Vios GR Sport and inspired a wave of new fun-to-drive cars. In support of grassroots racing, we nurtured 24 rookies through our Young Talent program to compete in our Vios Challenge series, some of which became local and regional champions, carrying our aspirations for motorsports forward. We continued discovering fresh new talent nationwide, touring local universities for new blood. By Season 6, we introduced 3 generations of racing Vios since our launch and transformed Toyota Gazoo Racing into a spectacle of entertainment, attractions and racing culture. We're where we are now because of the past 7 years. We've held on to our belief of inspiring thrills in Malaysians through motorsports. It's in our DNA after all. This burning ambition, the never-ending pursuit of greatness. This is what we're made of. This is Gazoo Racing.
Everyone expects you to be someone. But what if you want to be someone else? What if that someone is unexpected, unconventional, unaffected by what others think? Untraditional, unfazed by demands, unstoppable, unopposed to change. That's when you become unordinary. Undeniably you.
It's a new feeling, new sensation. New car, new race, let's go!
Welcome back, racing fans, to Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge 2025. And this new season, of course, we are featuring Super Sporting Class 11 races, Sporting Class 20 races and 12 new races in the mix. And we have a whole new roster of rookies for the rookie class. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Toyota Gazoo Racing Young Talent Development Program has been brought forth to, of course, go through the grassroots talents and bring these talents to the fore and on track with the latest technology. And of course, spearheading this initiative is Mr. Alex Young, Malaysia's first F1 driver. Alex, it's always a pleasure to have you, man. And and here's the thing, this guy is always in action. You always see him sweaty and you always see him in action. So we have to take up because he's wearing shorts. But Alex, are you happy with the roster of rookies this year?
Yeah, very happy. I mean, they've all put in really good work, and they're always close. They're a very close bunch, this year's rookies. They've been very tight. Whether it's on the sim or in the real life in the Toyota Vios, they're always within a second of each other. So we saw a great race. Hakish took the win. That was really exciting to see. In the end, Hayden made a mistake just towards the end. But I mean, they're all been very close. I mean, the fastest laps, I think Jen's fastest lap was a 27.3. Fastest lap was maybe Justin with a 27.1. So, as far as fastest lap go, they're all within 2/10 of each other. So really strong performance by all of them. And also the cleanest race we've had of rookies so far.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. These bunch of rookies are really, really by the book, yeah? You must have taught them really well in terms of sticking to the lines, don't take too many risks. And do you see any of them breaking that mold, though?
Now you've said that, definitely. We'll probably have 3 cars in the barrier the next race. I don't know. No, they've all been very sensible. So hopefully that'll continue. The racecraft has been good. But it's that's why they're here. No one is having a perfect race yet. They can do the lap time, but the consistency is not there. So we're just going to keep working on making sure the consistency gets better with each race we go by.
And of course, everyone here, I mean, among the rookies, being trained with simulators, sim racing. How hard has it been to get them to adapt to the track?
No problem, actually, really quickly. And I mean, on paper, it's definitely the most inexperienced bunch of rookies we've had. Coming with a lot of, this is the first race. Ian, Justin, Hakish, this is the first race ever. So, there's a lot to learn. So like in between now, round 1, when round 1's finished, then we're going to go to round 2. Just over a month from now, I'm going to be on them, just be on the sim, doing more racecraft stuff. So when we come back for round 2, they'll be even stronger.
Excellent, and that's what we want to see, improvement from the rookies as well, with the watchful eyes of Mr. Alex Young. Well, eyes like a hawk, my friend. Thank you so much. That's Alex Young, ladies and gentlemen, of course, leading the charge for our rookies for Toyota Gazoo Racing. Let's meet up with some of your charges, shall we? All right, now here we have 2 of our rookies right here with us. Of course, the top 3 are in the media center right now, lapping up all the adulation of winning their first race. But I think there's a long way to go. There's only round 1, race 1 of 4 rounds. And so we are here with Genevieve Uy and also with Ian James. Now, Genevieve, let's take a look. She is 20 years old, a GT Cup Campus Tour talent find, and I understand you've just completed S1K as well as MFS. So, endurance racing and now one-mate car race where speed is everything. How has your experience been so far, Genevieve?
Well, definitely fitness plays a huge role in it, but I think the most important part for me was the mental aspect. That was the part that was holding me back. I always like to say that your mind is always the obstacle that stops you between success.
So I gotta say, when we talk about mental fortitude, right? So you grew up with sim racing, I'm assuming, and not on track?
Yeah, I actually started properly sim racing during the campus tour actually. That was one of the few times I actually picked up a simulator, and it actually really paid off because it got me to where I am today.
I mean, just raw talent right then and there from the GT Campus Tour, and now suddenly with racing suit on track as well and doing her very, very best. So you're 1 out of 4 women in the roster for this season. How does that feel? A lot of extra pressure. See, Ian is like, yeah, bring it on.
Definitely it is a lot of pressure to prove people wrong, but at the same time it's pressure that I put on myself. But I'm really proud to be 1 out of 4 women in this entire race. I mean,
the entire season, this race, yeah.
I'm really proud to be one of the few, and it's really nice to see more women out there on track, or even off track actually. Yeah.
goodness, this young lady is so articulate. I cannot believe she's a monster in that Vios. And of course, we're waiting to see more good things from Genevieve. All right? So keep that head held up high, and we'll see you in round 2. All right. Now we move on to James. Let's have you step over here. You can stick around for the interview. And Ian. Here's the thing, very friendly guy actually. So he was watching Genevieve getting all patted down. Oh, are you okay, girl? Oh, pat down. Oh, do you need okay, wear a cap as well. What do we men get? We get nothing. Oh, how do you feel?
It's fine lah, man. We just need to, like he said, keep our heads high. You know, sometimes or most of the time we're always by ourselves, so we gotta keep it strong.
Macho man, macho. See Genevieve laughing. But I think let's talk about the race on the track just now. It's your first time racing on track. I mean, not first time on track, but first time racing on track. How different is that from a simulator?
Oh well, mostly the aspects of, you know, the excitement and especially the physical aspect, like what Genevieve said, and especially on just now we had a very close battle with everyone. I think the mental plays a really big aspect. Just a lot of battles with my own mind, my own thoughts, so I gotta work on that too.
All right, a lot of the rookies are saying the same thing. Genevieve said the same thing just now. All the battles are in your mind. And you're 21 years old, right? 23 years old. Oh, you look so young. What's your secret? More importantly, at 23 years old, you're considered actually one of the eldest in the rookie segment. So do you feel there's a bit of extra pressure? And what are your expectations for race 2?
For this, I have no pressure. You know, no problem being the oldest here. Like you said here, I look quite young, so I kind of blend in. For race 2, reverse grid, I'll start P2. I'll try to hold my position all the way to the end and probably try to overtake the person in P1.
And there you have it from Ian James himself. He's thought out his strategy for race 2. Genevieve, best of luck as well for race 2. Well done, real rookies. And of course, please follow the words of the wise Sifu, Alexium. Please stick to your race lines. Thank you very much. Yes, that's Rahman. We're signing off for today as we, of course, you can hear the roars of the 4th generation Vios taking to the track as well. It's time for race 1, sporting class. Let's go.
Excuse me, sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are now getting ourselves set up for race number 1 of the sporting class. You got our pole position taker, Juan He, currently out on track right now. What an amazing performance here for him, getting himself in the front row seat for the start of race number 1. We're also going to be watching out for some of our brand new entries coming into the sporting class. We saw Touch Isrin Ayman getting his car lined up on the grid alongside some of the other drivers here. The sporting class is an extremely stacked one with 20 drivers up in there. My name is Victor Cax. Joining me here is Hafiz, aka Decipher, and we're going to continue to bring you guys the action as we get it out on the screens here. Adam Mikhail has been a stellar performer doing qualifying as well. Was able to get a provisional pole initially until Juan He was able to come back with a strong reply to his fastest time, snatching away that pole position. But given the pace that we've seen from him all day, I think he's certainly in a good position here for the sporting class, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And he was the champion for the last season rookie. So a lot of expectation on him. Can he make it through? We will soon find out. Next camera, as we can see, I mean, there's a lot of cars lining up. I mean, we are looking at the top 8. As you can see now, that was car number 89, but car number 71, that is Taj Isrin Ayman, whom got into the second shootout by the skin of his teeth. He almost didn't make it, almost did not make it, but it was sheer grit and determination and 5% of luck. We need to have an element of luck because he was able to control his car, control his pace until the last moment, and he is now starting at position number 3.
So yes, we are also seeing car number 32, Elson Liu, the son of Eddie Liu. He will be here together with his sister Adele Liu, who is starting a few rows behind him. And Elson, in fact, has been quite the veteran actually in the sporting class. So I'm going to be very much anticipating to see a lot more to come from him as this goes, as the season continues on. Have a newcomer here again, or rather I should say a returning rookie. Welcome back, Mika Hakimi. Coming, he was a former rookie several years ago, and now he is back in action, taking the sporting class here, car number 33, and certainly has been very excited to get to be a part of Toyota Gazoo Racing again.
Yes, indeed, a two-time gold medal for Sukma, but however, beside him is Raja Amiro Shaukat, driving for TD Racing. He has his time moments. He knows that he wants to find avenue to slip in and try to get onto that podium. That is all he wants. He wants to be on the podium. Next car on the screen is the safety car himself. Doesn't have a number, but that car looks cool in blue and white.
Hey, come on, GR Supra
Yeah.
looks so beautiful no matter which angle you look at it. I mean, what a dream car is it, right? Probably one of the best cars out of the GR lineup that we have here in Malaysia. Another rookie that is returning here is Brandon Ho. He has had a stellar performance as a rookie, and now he has made the move up into the sporting class thanks to Axel Sports' support here. And I'm going to be so excited to see how he's going to be able to perform once he's now going to be fighting against some of the best amateur drivers out here in Malaysia. I mean, after all, this Gazoo Racing has they're certainly done so well to elevate a lot of the drivers' careers out here in Malaysia, even so far as to bring Nakib Aslan all the way to Japan. So that certainly is going to be one of the goals here for a lot of these drivers to launch their international careers. And speaking of international, Monai from Thailand joins us here in 2025 in a sporting class, and the Thai driver has certainly been showing us quite a bit of action here. Managed to get his way into Q2. Unfortunately, was only able to put up an 8th best time, but he still is going to be in the front half of the sporting class. So I'm certainly going to be looking forward to what Monai will be bringing for us today.
And as we can see online currently, car 68 from Focus Racing Team is Adele Liu, and hopefully she can produce some magic even though she's out of the top 8 shootout. But anything can happen because from 1 to 20 the gap is almost like within a second. Next car, I believe that on screen, I think that is car number 13. from
Singapore.
Bay Racing. Yeah, Singapore. Who would that be?
Daniel Inosuke Oi, and he joins us. First joined us last season, and I'm glad to see that he is continuing on in 2025. So a lot of international representation actually for this sporting class here, isn't it? So
And if memory serves correctly, I did commentated for Daniel Inosuke Oi in a race event. I think it's this year in sim racing. Yeah, I remember because the team name, Bay Racing by ES Young. So yeah, he does have the pace, he does have the control, but can he make it into the podium? That is the biggest question.
yeah, it's going to be several rows back. I mean, he's in 11th place here, going to be just ahead of Dato Ken Fu. We also have Nick THZ. He's also starting in the 10th position right now. And, well, I mean, I love the color on his car, by the way, like the teal together with the dark purple. Certainly a very outstanding car amongst the pack here. Now we're going to be getting ourselves ready with the formation lap here. It's going to be one last chance for these drivers to take to the track. It's still pretty cloudy out here today. It's not quite, we're not quite seeing any rain out here in Sepang Circuit so far. But nevertheless, here is the starting grid that we have for our sporting class. Juan He starting alongside Adam Mikhail. Taj Aiman starting alongside Elson Liu. Mika Hakimi alongside with Raja Amirul. Such a tight qualifying session for that top 6. Brandon Ho will be in the 4th row alongside Monai, Adele Liu, and Nick THZ in the 5th row. Daniel Ui and Dato Ken Fu are up in the 6th row. As we move on along in the 7th row, we got Dennis Ng, who's be starting alongside Chu Yong Chun. In the 8th row, we got Sophia Zara, the youngest driver we've seen in TGR Vios Challenge. She's going to be starting alongside Yazid Imran, a returning rookie from seasons past. Ait Shah from GTA Racing Team will be taking up the 9th row. She'll be starting alongside Shan Muganathan. As we move on to the next few rows, we got Ashen Shan Muganathan, who is also the son of Shan. And Joshua Yi rounds up the 20 drivers that we have here for the sporting class.
So we are going into the formation lap, making sure that... Oh, that's a little bit of a wiggle, trying to... what you call this, put a little bit of temperature. Mika Hakimi, as you know, scrubbing the tires onto the tarmac, onto the track will add a little bit more heat and temperature, but don't overdo it because we saw that in F1 that you can bin it if you over scrub the tires in 7-7. That is Adam Mikael from Gmart Motorsport, and we are waiting for the start of this race. This is the last race of the day.
Yep, the last race of the day. So all of you guys, all 2.3 thousand of you watching on Facebook, we thank you all for joining us along for this journey to kick things off in 2025 for Toyota Gazoo Racing. This is, of course, Vios Challenge 2025. And certainly an honor to be alongside all of you as we witness the action that's about to unfold here in Sepang International Circuit. Like I said, it's seemingly a dry day today, even with the clouds hanging heavy above all of us here. There's been no moisture out on track so far. The rain has seemed to have passed us by, and hopefully it will be nice, clean, dry running for at least the start of this race. We'll still see how the weather will continue to change as things progress on in our 20-lap long race here.
See, as mentioned off camera, it's not going to rain today. No, it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow. Last season was also on the second day. It was on the Sunday. But, orang kata apa-apa boleh jadi di Lita Sepang. So, ketika ini tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita memperlihatkan jentera telah mula kembali ke petak permulaan. Jangan berada di hadapan kerana itu akan menyebabkan anda akan disiasat. No false start, please. So, jadi kita menantikan untuk memulakan perlombaan. Kita baca doa dulu, bismillah. Jangan orang kata apa, laku pelanggaran. So, kita menantikan bendera hijau telah pun dikibarkan. Menantikan 4 lampu merah untuk menyala dan akan terus memulakan perlombaan.
And off we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first race here for the sporting class. Let's see how things will turn out as we go into that first turn. It's going to be an exciting start here, ladies and gentlemen. as Adam Mikhail continues to try to push to try to get himself into the lead, but I think Juan He has done well to stay up alongside.
And I think that everything is very, very sensible on my point. But however, looking at the time, anything can happen. If you're watching live, adakah mungkin cuba komen siapakah yang akan mendapat tempat podium untuk perlombaan kita pada hari ini.
A bit of a touch and go actually going on between Juan He as well as Adam Mikhail as they continue to try to fight for the lead of the race. Coming up into turn 4 by now. Is Juan He going to be able to stay in the lead so far? Has already got past him, rather stayed in the lead so far. Very tight three-way battle going on for the lead right now as we continue to watch on and wait with bated breath to see if these guys will be able to keep it nice and clean so far. Juan He has done well to keep both of the cars behind him through turn 4. And I want to see whether or not we can get a lot more action as we continue on. The first lap of this race. Continuing on, and now, well, we'll see how things will turn out.
But it's very, very interesting. Yes, as you can see, finally, where currently in Sector 1, I believe that is Ashan Muganathan is able to clock in the fastest in the first sector. However, we are crossing in the line. It's still Wan Jian He taking the first position, but it's closely behind Adam Mikhail. Mampukah untuk melakukan satu dive bomb ketika ini di dalam apex? Mampukah untuk memotong? Tidak, pintu telah pun ditutup. Dan bagaimana pula di seleko pertama tidak berjaya untuk melakukan switcheroo kerana begitu pintar Wan Jian He menutup ruang sebentar tadi.
Wow, I mean, again, with the aggressive defense he was able to put up, especially against Adam Mikhail. Wow, it's an incredible start here, but Juan He rose up to the challenge here. Mika Hakimi is now chasing hard against Taj Isrin Ayman to try to get closer and closer to that podium spot. So it's still going to be two battles unfolding here at the very start. Elsa Liu is still staying ahead of Brandon Ho so far, making sure that he keeps him behind. It's like 2 for 2 for 2 battles going on here as Juan He continues to stay just inches ahead of Adam Mikhail.
Dan kita berjaya mendapat maklumat bahawasanya kelajuan ketika saat ini yang terpantas adalah pada kelajuan 164 km/4. Dan apa yang agak merisaukan, pelumba daripada Thailand seperti tadi Monai jatuh satu anak tangga dan itu mungkin berlakunya potongan pada minit-minit akhir, tetapi kita lihat di main straight ketika ini adanya pemotongan yang cuba dilakukan. Mampukah Adam Mikhail dalam mendapatkan slipstream? Cuba melakukan dive bomb, pintu ditutup, ada sedikit pelanggaran. Adakah mungkin jentera ini berpusing-pusing macam gasing? Tetapi Adam Mikhail berjaya untuk potong. Dan kita bertukar-tukar angle untuk mendapatkan sudut lebih baik untuk menampakkan pemotongan itu. Dan dengan jelasnya Adam Mikhail berada di hadapan.
Perfect execution on that. It was right around the outside going into turn 2, so I was a bit worried for Adam Mikhail, but he still managed to close the door coming out of turn 3. What a brilliant move here from the driver of G-Mart Motorsport, now getting himself up into the lead here. Continuing on, Juan He will still have an opportunity to try to fight back. He's not too far behind, and I'm assured that both of these drivers will continue to fight on here for the lead.
Wan Jian He berjaya mencatatkan he's able to record the fastest lap currently with 25.513. He is pushing it, he's trying to get close. But however, he accidentally went on the grass. That will lose a few thousandths of a second as Adam Mikhail is strolling. Not Lance Stroll, but he is cruising into the first turn with 0.6 of a second being chased by Wan Jian He.
Yeah, and Eddie Liu has gotten past Mika Hakimi. I wonder what has happened there to Mika as he lost a position now. Coming into the first turn, Adam Mikhail still is trying to keep that door closed onto Juan He, not exposing too much space there on the inside. A nice line, nice and tidy line here for Adam Mikhail so far. Taj Ayman certainly will be happy that he's no longer having Mika Hakimi hounding him, but this time around, it's going to be Elson Liu who's going to be stepping up to try to challenge him for a podium position.
Dan Mika Hakimi nampaknya telah pun jatuh dan kita dapat memperlihatkan DRS train di mana kesemua jentera berada hampir dalam kedudukan sebaris. Tetapi ketika ini kita memperlihatkan replay bagaimana potongan yang dilakukan oleh Adam Mikhail. Begitu baik, timing yang cantik, berjaya mengacah tetapi sedikit lambat. Mungkin ada pelanggaran di antara kedua jentera ini, tetapi setelah ditolak, disigong sedikit jauh dan memberikan ruang kepada Adam Mikhail untuk mendapatkan satu ruang melakukan potongan di seleko kedua. No switcheroo because Adam Mikhail was clearly having an advantage.
Yeah, and I also was seeing just in the background, I saw Mika Hakimi trying to make a move onto Taj Ayman. Doesn't seem like it's worked out for him because he's now behind Elson Liu. So it looks like he's going to have a bit of work cut out for him to try to get back into the action here. But Adam Mikhail so far not able to pull ahead of Juan He. Juan He has been constantly hounding him throughout, goes into turn one, still ahead so far. But really, like, these two drivers will continue to butt heads, I think, continuing on this race. So can you imagine them battling for the next 16 laps here, Hafiz?
Yes, because the difference between these two drivers, driver 1 and driver 2, is only 0.5 of a second. So any mistake, especially if you go on the curb unnecessarily, if you accidentally got your tire on the grass, you lose that few thousandths of a second. Next thing you know, yep, the car is ready for an overtake.
Things are starting to settle down a little bit. These drivers are getting in for the long haul. Mika Hakimi, in the meantime, can only just stare at the rear of Elson Liu's car right now as he attempts to try to get himself back in position, while Elson is now going to be the one to try to pressure Taj Izrin Ayman, the 4-time GT Cup Malaysia winner and the GT Cup Asia champion, showing us that sim racing experience also translates into real life here, still hanging on dearly for that podium position.
As we can see, the difference in the gap between position 4 and 5 is only 0.5 of a second, and maximum speed recorded on the track currently is 165.9 kilometers per hour. Adam Mikhail still being chased, dikejar. Tetapi mungkinkah tidak berjaya? Good door closing, ditutup pintu rapat. Mungkinkah di apex ini mampu melakukan potongan? Tidak, kerana pelumba yang berada di hadapan Adam Mikhail begitu bijak menutup ruang, begitu pandai untuk mengagak dari arah manakah serangan mungkin masuk.
Yeah, that was actually a really good move from Adam Mikhail to defend against that. It looks like Juan He was just trying to put a feint on him. Now he's going to try to do the same again going into turn 4. Will he be successful this time around? As we see, he's going to still tuck in behind there, so no move made so far. Car number 9 being noted for a track limit infraction here. That's Nick Teo, who is unfortunately affected by that. We'll hope he tries to stay as close as possible to the track here as he goes through turn 4 next time around. In the meantime, Adam Mikhail, having suffered a little bit of a scare earlier on going to turn 1, is going to be coming back once more. What will Juan He do? He's still 0.4 of a second behind him coming out of the last sector, but seems like that gap has widened up a little bit as Adam Mikhail gets a way better exit this time around.
Yep, 4/10 of a second, tetapi still within DRS zone. So mampukah, bolehkah, haruslah untuk jentera nombor 93 ini Juan He untuk cuba melakukan serangan, tetapi ketika ini Mika Hakimi dengan satu livery, cantik kucing dekat tepi tu. Very, very interesting livery. Try to close the door. He knows that he already lost a few places. He knows that he is not in a good window of operation and he needs to defend from car number 7, especially that driver is Brandon Ho. As you know, he knows where to find gaps to exploit.
So I can tell you, like, Mika Hakimi is quite famous in the sim racing community for being an extremely aggressive defender. Like, literally, we try to race against him in the virtual world. It's very hard usually to try to get past it because he will literally make you fight for it. But fight for it, Brandon Ho will try to do as he tries to hook in onto the inside, going to turn 5. But Mika Hakimi still carries a lot of speed, sliding his Vios all the way through into turn 6 now. Both cars drifting side by side. Look at that smooth slide as it comes into the final turn, and still throughout all of that, Mika Hakimi is keeping ahead of Brandon Ho, but now they come onto the main straight. Can he still keep car number 7 behind?
As we can see, that's the pit crew, but again, it's all about management in defending. Is he able to stop? But however, our focus is in the front, where we can see, even though Adam Mikael does put a good solid lap, the fastest lap, but he has left the door open on the right flank. Is there going to be a switcheroo? Adam Mikael closes the door, sliding beautifully.
That's not closing the door, that's slamming the door right in its face.
To the face, but however, in the response, it's just only a few inches away, and we can see the slipstream is so powerful, not just in F1, but in this race also, because that clean air gives advantage to attack. Even though that causes like a few tenths of speed, it doesn't matter. As long as it gives positive response, you take it and don't leave it.
Yeah, wow. I mean, both of these drivers are so evenly matched right now. Quite literally, the last laps they did is only separated by 0.02 of a second. That's how close both of these guys are pushing each other around. Yeah,
wow. Good lord.
Incredible effort though. Adam Mikael, throughout all that, it's still keeping himself ahead of Juan He, not even putting a foot wrong throughout these opening laps. So now it's just a matter of endurance, I think, between these two drivers. Who's going to be the first one to blink, literally, might just be the one to lose it all.
And also car number 5 is being given a warning, Chu Yong Chun, for respect the track limit. We haven't seen any like other than final warnings, but please maintain and try to duke with a dummy, a little bit of a touch, a little bit of a kiss, but however, still Adam Mikael is still in front. Again, the pace, or should I say the gap, is actually closing, not in the corner sector. It seems like at the main street. However, 68, Adele Liu is in the pits.
Yep, it seems like they are trying to get something sorted out right now. Hopefully she'll be able to get back into action, but time spent in the pits, it's time not spent on the track, as it seems like she has damage to her front bumper. In the meantime, Adam Mikael just absolutely flinging his car into turn 4 right now, trying desperately to keep Juan He behind. I mean, wow, what an incredible battle for the lead right now, because Juan He is not letting up on the gas whatsoever. He wants to push Adam Mikael and hopefully force him into an error.
And if my calculation is correct, for the 3rd position, Taj Aiman is also under pressure because he is being chased with only 0.6 of a second behind him. So we have a gap of 1 second, but the chasing cars are within DRS distance. So we have a cluster of 2 cars closely each other. How about this time around? Look at that. There's 1 cluster, 2 cluster, 3 clusters of cars going into the DRS zone. No, I'm sorry, not DRS zone. Forgive me. I miss my Ross, my race week, you know. But just to show how close they are, I mean, they have the pace, but this time around, I believe that Wan Jian He is actually not attacking. He's actually losing time. It's just now, it was before around 3/10. Now it's almost 5/10.
I think he's biding his time. Like, he knows that the real race actually starts in the final laps here. So I think by this point, he realizes that it's going to be pointless for him to continue pushing Adam Mikael this hard here. Just going to step back a little bit, get a little bit more cooling on his brakes and tires, and then try again later on as the race progresses on here. But certainly things are still, it's pretty much going to be a battle of defense here, I feel, for a lot of these drivers, because you got Adam Mikael defending heavily against Juan He, you got Taj Aiman also defending against Elson Liu, and you also have, you had Mika Hakimi defend against Brandon Ho, but I think Brandon has finally gotten the better of him, now moved up into 5th place ahead of Mika Hakimi.
Yes, exactly. as you mentioned, Mika Hakimi is good in defending, and not to forget, I mean, during my time commentating him on sim racing, he's also an expert in fuel consumption. So maybe he's trying to conserve fuel and maybe go on the offensive later in the race, maybe in the final 8 to 7 laps. Maybe usually that is a strategy that is going on. So ladies and gentlemen, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang sedang menyaksikan siaran langsung ini, apa khabar? Harap sehat selalu. Selamat datang ke Toyota Gazoo Racing 2025 Malaysia. Round pertama perlombaan untuk sporting class pada hari ini.
Whoa, that was a bit of a three-wide situation going on earlier between Mika Hakimi as well as Brandon Ho, as Mika attempts to try to get the position back, but this is such a messy situation. Brandon Ho still manages to keep himself ahead throughout all of that, so Mika seems to not be able to catch them too much on the straight, and that's proven to be a bit of a disadvantage right now, because with Aja Emil just constantly hounding him behind, he doesn't really have a lot of maneuvering space, as it were, right?
He got sandwiched.
Yeah, he's literally sandwiched between these two cars, and he's giving the tow pretty much with Aja Emil throughout all of that. Even after coming out of turn 4, he attempted to try to make a move again, but it seems like he's not able to break out of Brandon Ho's shadow.
So, bagi anda sedang menyaksikan secara langsung, nampaknya ada maklumat yang kami terima. Ada insiden berlaku di turn 2. Berlakunya mungkin sentuhan atau pelanggaran jentera 68 dan juga 69. Telah pun noted oleh race director. So, jadi kita tunggu apakah tindakan susulan. So, jadi kalau kita tengok dari segi litar, Taj Ezrin Aiman berjaya mencatatkan personal best, di mana mencatatkan masa 25.632 dan berjaya mencatatkan personal best di sektor 1 dan juga sektor kedua.
Something really brewing up here in front, as Adam Mikhail now, you can see that Adele Liu has come out of the pits, but she's in front of the two front runners that are battling against each other, so she's now going to have to get out of the way, and she does get out of the way coming out of turn 3, so that's going to allow them to continue on their battle unabated. But you can already see that Juan He is getting a little bit angsty, like getting a bit sideways as well going to turn 1. He's really trying to keep the pressure going on to Adam Mikhail throughout.
Ya, betul. Dan juga kita memperlihatkan mungkin ada pertukaran di tampuk hadapan. Kalau itu adalah menjadi satu asbab ataupun satu sasaran, sudah pastinya Adam Mikhail harus berhati-hati kerana beliau mahu pulang dengan checkered flag, dengan title sebagai pemenang untuk perlombaan pada petang ini.
Yeah. Wow, I'm just really, like, I'm just imagining myself in Adam Mikhail's shoes, like, literally having, like, a driver who's equally matched in skill in terms of performance. He's constantly hounding you behind. You can imagine just the immense amount of pressure right now to convert this into a race win. Like, those remaining 8 laps could not come any faster right now for Adam Mikhail here, because desperately wants to be able to take the win in this race. He almost got the pole position. Now that he's gotten the lead of the race here, it's just a matter of him bringing it home and making sure that he takes that checkered flag ahead of Juan He.
6/10 of a second beza di antara tempat 1 dan juga 2. So nampaknya untuk driver Wan Jian He ketika ini, he is not pressuring as much, maybe fuel conserving right now, because he is within the DRS, within 1 second lah. Every time I say DRS, maksudnya he's within 1 second, ya. So he's waiting for the right time to strike. However, going side-by-side battle into turn number 1 is always the best time for you to go for an overtake. However, the switcheroo in turn 2 makes it a little bit difficult unless if you have the inside line, but you need to position going to turn 3.
Yeah, I was just witnessing just now the battle going on between our youngest driver, Sophia Zara, as well as Ashin Shanmuganathan, both of them coming together early on in turn 2. That looked like a really hairy moment for the two of them, but thankfully Sophia Zara is still able to keep her position, though she's not quite lost a mirror, but one of her mirrors actually got crushed in. You can see a lot of damage on the side of Ashin's car right now, so he certainly has had quite a lot of chaos unfold for him in this sporting class race so far.
For that type of damage is for sure maybe a few hundreds or maybe millisecond, because the aerodynamic is going to be disturbed. As you know that racing cars is all about aerodynamic efficiency. It's all about getting the win properly going around the car, breaking the dense air molecule. But talking about dense air molecule, the pace of Adam Mikael is either he's going forward or is Wan Jianhee is taking a rest, because the gap between 4/10, 5/10 now is 7/10.
Yeah, wow.
He's saving fuel.
Saving, yeah. Again, you want to save up as much as possible and then actually go on the attack in the final few laps. It could be with 3 laps remaining, or it could literally even be the final lap. So things are still shaping up to all these battles going on for the midfield. The battle for the lead still very much in play here, with Juanhee still remaining within a second of Adam Mikael throughout this entire race so far. Brilliant defending that Nick has been able to do here against Monai. Our Thai driver is attempting to get himself up and higher, but still is stuck behind Nick for now. But I feel like it's just going to be a matter of time.
And I'm also impressed Taj Ezrin Aiman is actually running away from Elson Liu, because the gap just now was under 1 second, but now it becomes, I believe, 2 seconds now. Now something is doing very, very good. And also I was just informed that kereta 33 dan juga 7 diberi amaran, take care of those track limit, don't go beyond. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, wow, I mean, we were also seeing quite some action going on between Nick as well as Monai. Monai finally got the better of him by the time he got onto the straight there, but quite literally had to force Nick off of the track there in order to be able to gain that position. So, well, we'll see whether or not our Thai driver will continue to stay in that track position. A bit of a warning was given out there for car number 33, Mika Hakimi, and car number 7 as well for track limits. I mean, wow, Race Control has been literally handing out track limit warnings to everyone, it feels, out on track here.
Who's 32? Elson.
Elson Liu, yeah.
He just got another track limit respect. And also on the side note, you were talking about our Thai driver Monai. He just overtook car number 9. So going into from 10 now is to 9 position.
Yeah. At the moment, Adam Mikael so far has done very well, but with 5 laps remaining here, I think the question in his mind is going to be when will Juanhee try to go for the dive. It looks like it was so close earlier on, but Juanhee is still struggling to try to fight him around the outside, it seems. So in terms of that pace, like, again, both of them are so equally matched right now. It could still be anyone's game, so make sure you guys stay tuned for this battle.
And also, just to update, our car 93 Wan Jianhee is starting the attack. Just now was 7/10, now is 3/10. He just clocked in the fastest lap at 25.471. So with that amount of fuel that he conserved, attacking in the final 5 laps.
Yeah, you can already see like Juanhee was stepping it up. He's currently got the fastest lap of the session so far, 125.471. So I think he's already shifting into high gear now, trying to keep Adam Mikael as honest as possible out on track here.
So only 3/10. We are waiting until crossing the main straight when we go into the 4 laps remaining. Again, that turn 8, 7, 8, 9. It's always a situation where you may lose time because your car might actually hit the grass. That's the reason why you might lose a few tenths. And as we predicted, after pushing from 3/10 now is 6/10.
Yeah, he's gaining slowly but surely. But with 4 laps remaining, it's going to be a matter of time before they will be bumper to bumper. So keep your eyes peeled on the screen right now, because this is not a battle you want to miss. A battle for the lead here, ladies and gentlemen. Taj Ezrin Aiman, our 4-time GT Cup Malaysia winner, is also up on the podium, and it's going to be an exciting finish here to witness. 4 laps still to go, ladies and gentlemen, in our first race of the sporting class for this weekend, and a kickoff for the 2025 season here. Make sure you guys keep your eyes on your screens here.
So we're looking at the top 10. The distance is already no more in the 10th. Now is in seconds. So we have 3 seconds, 4 seconds, except for Raja Amirul Shaukat, which is behind Brandon Ho with only 4/10 of a second. So who's going to take the checkered flag it's very, very close to say. I can't say, even though we still have 3 laps to go, 4 laps to go, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, already seeing things getting a bit touch and go there earlier between Brandon Ho as well as Rajamil Shaukat. Both of these drivers are very well acquainted with each other, given that they are sim racing competitors themselves. I mean, even though Rajamil Shaukat has only been sim racing for a couple of years now, it's certainly shown that he's got all the skills he needs to be able to stay in the top running here coming into the sporting class. So as we enter now our 17th lap, Adam Mikhail still remains in the lead ahead of Juan He, who, by the way, has dropped off a little bit. Now a 1 second gap has appeared between both of these cars. So I wonder if Juan He has run out of steam here, or is he still, again, trying to conserve the heat coming out of his brakes and tires here for one last push on the final lap here.
I think he might not push it, because if he push, he doesn't want to risk his race surging finishing field.
Yeah, that's a good point
that's
there.
another angle.
That's another thing. Like, a lot of these drivers find that, especially with the brand new qualifying rules here, they have to maintain the same level. They have to maintain the car between Q1 all the way to the race.
96 and 36. We just got word that I think is an infringement being mentioned by race control, or maybe some further action will be taken, but 96, that is Ashen, and also 36 is Sophia Zara. And now we are going into the final 2 laps. As we can see, the distance, or should I say the time difference between Adam Mikhail and also Wan Jianhee is 0.008 of a second.
Yeah, it's slowly, he's trying to claw back that time here, but will it be soon enough here for him to try to challenge Adam Mikhail for the lead? Only 2 laps still remain here, ladies and gentlemen, so it's literally edge of your seat here to see whether or not Adam Mikhail will successfully take the win here. Wow, he's like, again, I can only imagine how nervous he must be in that car right now. I mean, so far he's done a banging good job here to keep Juan He behind, but he only needs to hang on for another couple of laps here to claim victory with the checkered flag.
And also now, what is going on? Because I just realized Taj Aiman is literally racing all by himself.
Yeah.
He's racing all by himself, because in front of him is 3/10 of a second, 3 seconds, almost 4 seconds. Behind him is 4 seconds, so he's literally in a 4-second bubble.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much feeling very secure there, because like with Elson Liu being almost 4 seconds behind him, and Juan He and Adam Mikhail being like 3.5 seconds ahead of him, he's not going to be too worried as well. And I think that's also the calculus here for Juan He. Even if he fails to take the lead away from Adam Mikhail, that's still a lot of points, 15 points from this first race here that Juan He will be able to make use of at the very start of the season. And that could certainly go a long way, given that this season is going to be longer than our last season.
Final lap, as I can see right now, final lap, where we can see Adam Mikhail is currently in front with 0.6 of a second, but however, Wan Jianhee is currently pushing with 165.9 kilometers per hour, trying to go for the checkered flag. However, Tajizrin Aiman is literally chilling for his first ever introduction of real racing. He is like 4 seconds in front, 4 seconds behind. Very, very safe for Taj Aiman.
Yeah, and we're going to be seeing Adam Mikhail come around. He's done such a good job, as I said, to keep himself ahead of Juan He, and now he's on the verge of getting the checkered flag. What an incredible performance here from the driver of G-Mart Motorsport, coming around into the final sectors now. This has been a long time coming, but to kick things off for 2025 here, the sporting class is about to run around to get that checkered flag here. Juan He has been pushing so hard, but still was not able to find his way through. Adam Mikhail, though, he will be able to come through here and takes the checkered flag for the sporting class, kicking things off for 2025.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. After a long race, after a dramatic race, we have our podium finisher. Adam Mikhail takes the checkered flag from G-Mart Motorsport. However, Wan Jianhee had to concede taking second place, but the man of the hour is Taj Izrin Aiman. His first outing, straight away a podium.
Wow, all that practice that he has had in endurance racing and it has certainly come to the fold. I mean, what less could we expect of the man who has dominated Gran Turismo in Malaysia for 4 years? I mean, a 4-time champion, also the GT Cup Asia champion. He's certainly going to be making every sim racer proud of his achievement here, but none could be prouder than G-Mart Motorsport here. Adam Mikhail kicking things off for them with a race win on this weekend here. He's certainly going to be on cloud 9.
Steady, orang kata apa? Steady lah Taj Aiman. First introduction of real life racing, he scores a podium. What a debut.
What a debut, and well, for Juan He, at least, you know, given the pace we've seen from him, I'm going to be so excited to see what will happen in race number 2 when we... Besok. Tomorrow itself, because given the pace he's shown here, given how hard he's been able to push Adam Mikhail, the shoe is going to be on the other foot when we come in tomorrow, because again, they're going to be starting on the reverse grid. So with that in mind here, I mean, Adam Mikhail will certainly have now will be put in the challenge here to try to get ahead of Juan He during the next race.
Reverse grid, that reminds me of F3. Yeah, F3, I love that one. So, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. All the cars are going into the pit very, very shortly, but the top 3 podium finishers in 3rd place, first time outing, Taj Izrin Aiman. 2nd place is Wan Jian He, and the shower of glory for the previous champion of the rookie session, taking the checkered flag, is Adam Mikhail from G-Mart Motorsports. What a race.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that this sporting class race a little bit less eventful compared to our previous sporting
Actually
class.
if you guys tengah dengar kan, kita orang sebelum start ni, adakah mungkin ada 20 kereta ni akan berlaku accident? Kita orang discuss. Tiba-tiba end up super sporting yang ada accident. Correct or not?
Betul lah tu.
Kereta yang ada paling sikit tu yang accident. Definitely. So it shows that the skill also plays importance and also tak sabar lah esok
Tak sabar lagi. Besok kita akan mengalami race kedua untuk ketiga-tiga kelas yang kita akan nampak nanti. So make sure you guys tune in tomorrow as well to see the conclusion of round 1. We've seen half of the racing so far. We got another half to do later on tomorrow. So therefore, make sure you guys tune in for that. But in the meantime, I think our race winner can certainly bask in the glory here as we allow them a little bit of time now to breathe, a little bit of time to take stock and to really savor the moment here as we kick things off for 2025.
So I believe that on screen is going to be the provisional results, because as you know, here it is. First place is Adam Mikhail for the victory, followed up by Juan He, and 3rd place is Taj Aiman, and those 3 podium finishers are some of great racing. How about the rest of the field?
Yeah, Elson Liu will be taking 4th place, Brandon Ho in 5th place. Rajamil Shaka makes it into 6th place ahead of Mika Hakimi, who's sitting in 7th. Tato Ken Fu in 8th place, and Monai is in 9th place. Nick THZ is going to be in 10th. Then we got Daniel Inusikri Oi in 11th place. Abdul Yazid Imran will be taking up 12th place ahead of Sophia Zara, our youngest ever driver in the TGR Vios Challenge. Takes up 13th place ahead of Ashen Shan Muganathan. Chu Yong Chun finishes in 15th place, and 16th place goes to Aisha. Shan Muganathan Amurugam, the father of Ashen, finishes in 17th place. Joshua Yi finishes in 18th, and Del Liu makes it up into 19th, and Danny's Ung rounds up our 14 class drivers for race 1.
20 drivers and yet no accidents.
Amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. Because if there was an accident, I'll be shouting like that is the deal. But yeah, it didn't happen. So I believe that everybody here's on camera. I believe that is Sophia Zara.
Yeah.
Giving a wave. And I believe we will go straight into the highlights very, very shortly, because it was a good race. It was a well-driven race. But for me, yeah, not much accident. You'll be asking, why is Abe asking for accident? No lah, it's because, you know, sometimes races, accidents will add a little bit more drama, a little bit more spice. Especially if at a track where, you know, one accident can cause, but look at that side-by-side battle. Very consistent, elbows out, but suddenly out of nowhere, it's a three-way battle.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Taj was almost on it. The thing is, he was around the outside and was kind of left in a severe disadvantage. Like, literally to beat your opponent going to turn 2, you have to be on the apex. And this is precisely what Juan He was attempting to do going on here, but Adam Mikhail was able to literally slam the door in his face, making sure that he didn't come out of turn 2 in the lead anymore. And from that point on, you know, it felt like Juan He was on a mission, quite literally, to keep Adam Mikhail pushed up. Then as we went along, you know, we saw a lot more midfield battles. This was between Sophia Zara, the daughter of Shafiq Samsuddin, fighting against the son, Ashin. Sorry, this is not Ashin, sorry. This is car number 89, which is Nick, THZ. So she was definitely getting to some action here, like our youngest driver almost being forced off of the track there. But I don't know about you, I was literally at the edge of my seat, you know, watching this battle unfold between Juan He as well as Adam Mikhail. Because Juan He, like, he looked like so many moments where he could have gotten close enough, but still, credit to Adam Mikhail, he defended so hard, made sure that Juan He was not able to exploit any weaknesses on his end and kept the gap completely closed throughout the remaining laps here. And an incredible performance and a well-deserved win here for Adam Mikhail.
Actually, in my view, is that Adam Mikhail was playing with his luck. Imagine by that side-by-side going to turn 2, he did not have the grip.
Yeah,
he could have just slammed in and maybe lose that position.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to consider, like, from the start, right? Like, all the brakes are cold as well, so you literally, like, you may not even have enough braking power, actually. So the fact that all three cars, you know, him, Juan He, as well as Taj Isrin, Aiman, were able to survive that three-wide situation, I mean,
miracle.
Miracle, indeed.
Miracle.
You know, miracle that didn't end up in any accident on the track here. But, ladies and gentlemen, that was our sporting class now done and dusted. It's been an incredible start of the season here for 2025. We got lots more, plenty of action to go on the weekend, but I do believe that things are now going to start to cool down a little bit. We're going to give our racers time to rest and reflect. Decompress,
yes,
indeed.
That's the word, decompress. And while we are waiting for Abang Nas to still run around, he is always loving to do the run around. He is running around, but I just got word that he is ready. So, shall we sign off first before we transfer it?
Yep.
So, guys, minta ampun, minta maaf daripada kami di meja pengulas. Tetapi harus diingatkan, hari ini sudah habis. Esok ada lagi 2 perlombaan. So, jadi any last words before we send off to Abang Nas?
Yeah, I mean, hi friends.
So, jadi daripada kami, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, dan Abang Nas, take it away. It's your show.
Thank you to our dear casters. Always a pleasure to have you guys around. Abang Decipher, Victor Cax, your job is done. Thank you for the short quips as well. Enough running around for Abang Nas. We are now here at the pitch for Super Sporting Class. We just witnessed a wonderful sporting class. 20 drivers. Goodness gracious me. Of course, we were expecting lots of thrills and spills, but everybody sort of behaved themselves. And congratulations, Adam Mikhail. I'm pretty sure that Gmart Motorsport is happy with his performance. But of course, coming in second place, well done as well to Juan He. Of course, our rookie moving to sporting class. And last but not least, Taj Isrin Aiman, 4-time Malaysian GT Cup champion from sim racing to the track and coming in for his very first Toyota Gazoo Racing race in 3rd place. So congratulations to our sporting class winners. But now, let's take in the thoughts of second place winner for Super Sporting Class, round 1 of this season 2025. Mr. Freddie Ang Telagamas is very happy with you, I'm sure. Well done. And Eddie Liu as well, congratulations, 4th place finishing. And let's speak to Freddie first. How was round 1? Of course, a lot of expectations. I'm sure the team was very nervous with the car as well. So, as per your expectation, a podium finish?
Yeah, we started P5. I think the qualifying wasn't so good.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole plan was just try to come out at turn 2 third because we know Adi and Mitchell is fast. So I didn't really want them to pull away. So yeah, that's what we basically did. Come out turn 2 at third and just stuck it there.
Excellent. That's a great strategy, and of course, helped with a little bit of luck. We saw Mitchell Chia losing pace midway through the race, so of course you took advantage of that. Now let's move back to a little bit of something new for this particular race, which is 2 qualifying rounds. You know, I don't know whether it's an advantage or disadvantage with 11 drivers in super sporting class. Do you think it made a difference? And of course, P5 did make a difference for you.
In terms of qualifying, I guess for Q1, we were just planning to do 1 run, so that's what we did. Because again, the grid is small, so the whole idea was just to make it past Q1 and then use a tyre for Q2.
Ah, excellent, right? So that's exactly what you did. Thank goodness you can refuel and change tyres. And so congratulations, great win, great start for round 1. We'll watch your prestasi for round 2 tomorrow, Freddie. Well done. We'll invite you back to your car. And meanwhile, it's down to Mr. Eddie Liu. First up, are you happy with your race here at round 1?
Of course, I think my qualifying in P7, then I can catch up 3 pace. It's okay, not bad.
Happy, yeah? Happy. Excellent. So with, once again, the question I asked Freddie, 2 qualifying rounds as well. So his strategy was to save that 1 round and to save his tyres for Q2. Did you have the same thoughts, and were you happy that you actually qualified top 8?
Of course, the Q1, we just keep the space below P8, so we just keep the condition for the Q2.
So for the veterans over here, it's about really keeping the car in the tip-top condition as best as you can, right?
Yeah.
So now, of course, Eddie Liu is in super sporting class, and a proud moment for a parent as well. Both his son and daughter are racing in sporting class. Elsin Liu coming in 4th place, and of course Adele coming in sporting class as well, finishing the race. What are your thoughts as a father?
Well, actually, it's very nervous. One case is not easy to take care of 2 kids. Yeah, I got to find a lot of opportunity for them to race. It's not easy.
And of course, race in a safe manner, right?
Yeah, of course.
Excellent. So with the father's watchful eyes, hopefully we'll see better race times from Elson as well as Adele. From the Liu family, Eddie, congratulations. So in 4th place this time around for round 1, we're looking forward to maybe a podium finish round 2. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Of course. I like it. Thank you very much, Eddie. And of course, with that, we'd like to invite you back to the pits. Thank you so much. And this is Naz Rahman signing off for Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge 2025. Very first round, round 1 here at Sepang International Circuit. This is race day 1. Of course, there's more thrills and spills, so join us tomorrow for our live stream session. We shall be flagging off at 11 a.m. And of course, watch out for race day 2 for super sporting class, and our dear rookies. Signing off and take care. We'll see you for an awesome race tomorrow.
Keluar sekarang.
My name is Ravin. I am the race director for Toyota Gazoo Series. I got myself involved in 1982. 42 years in motorsport. For this event in Toyota Gazoo Series, it is called as the clerk of the course. But the designation doesn't make a difference. The position is the same. The job function is the same. It's the race director or the COC.
Copy. So long as step 1 is clear, our safety car to return home.
Affirmative, yes. Because on the way up, I couldn't see what's happening. If you could judge from race control.
What made me involved was the smell of the fuel, the sound. I like it. I was about 17 years old, young. So I told one of the chief, can I come and join you as a marshal? I was interested. Then from there on, I started to get involved about a year or 2. Then I was given the opportunity to hold a walkie-talkie. Oh my God, walkie-talkie. I'm the official walkie-talkie and you're talking. Oh, such a glamour.
3 minutes spot, 3 minutes spot.
And what can we do? Why the reason to check that time is slowing down or what?
Yeah. Eden was brought in by,
very obvious, you know.
Got myself involved in race control, whereby I can determine race to be safe.
Katun, safety car keluar sekarang.
I love motorsport, the smell, the sound, it's all about the impact. Before the lights? Okay, so it's okay. I need to make sure that everything's in order. We will close the track. We will send out the safety car with the red flag. When is this done, the safety car driver will report to race director saying that the track is now closed. We will open on time. The pit exit open on time. Everybody goes out, and we have to evaluate any situation, any problem on the track.
Sampai sana pun sudah kena, but that's not a boundary. That's a track limit violation sana lah.
So okay, we go.
Okay,
Alright, okay, we go. Starting is very important. One thing at a time. Let's find the solution. First, work the problem. Attack what is the problem we need to necessary to stop. My role is in race control is actually to understand the situation before it actually happens. The next thing prediction is that weather forecast. We have suddenly a heavy downpour. Do I predict to extend the race, delay the session, or do I stop the session? So the prediction of the cars on the track is very necessary. I need the race control to be fully alert for any prediction of any problems. For the one-make race, the potential is that every driver has a skill in them. Every cars are the same durability, same capability. But how you maneuver the corners, how you do your braking, that is the advantage. You portray your expertise on the field of driving, that's where it enhances you to go to the next level. One-make race is actually a potential in Malaysia because no other series have got one-make race. Very good for the growth of Toyota. Toyota have did this remarkable idea to get rookies, celebrities, pro super sporting drivers to come in, which portrays the true ability of every one of them. This is actually a hub where TGR has made a very good thing for all the drivers. What I am wishing for is this: the ability, the talent shown in Malaysia, probably 10 cars, 10 drivers selected from these categories in Malaysia, and also 10 drivers from Philippines, 10 drivers from Thailand, meet up together for one international event, which allows everybody to think forward. If I join this series national, I can portray to the international in a proper route, then I can portray even better. This is what I am wishing for in Toyota Gazoo. Toyota Gazoo has really proven its credibility, which is superb for motorsport in Malaysia.
How you make performance tires. Unveiling the new Proxys Sports 2, an ultra-high performance tyre that allows drivers to safely maximize their enjoyment of driving. With a tagline engineered for excitement, Proxys Sport 2 is optimized for the high torque powertrains to deliver an exciting ride for all sports car drivers. The all-new Proxys Sports 2 is the newest addition to Malaysia's popular Proxys Sports range for the passenger and SUV car tyres, offering two excellent features that sets it apart from its predecessor: precise handling and exceptional wet grip. The tyre's precise handling enables drivers to navigate corners with ease, while its exceptional wet grip provides superior traction on wet roads, ensuring maximum safety and stability even in challenging weather conditions. The Proxys Sports 2 is available from C-segment vehicles all the way to F-segment vehicles. It is available in total of 31 sizes ranging from 18 to 20 inches. For more information on the latest Proxys Sports 2, please visit our authorized Toyo Tires dealer network nationwide.
Toyo Tires.
sensation.
Let's go.